And we are live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Chromatic Chimera, where the story is made up, but the XP doesn't matter. I am he known as Puddins, and tonight I will be your Doge. I had two people swap on me here on the layout. I did not realize. You two get in your proper places. So, welcome to the premiere of Bloody Portrait, a Zweihander campaign. So that's the system we'll be playing. Zweihander is a D100 system. They are here in chat. Say hello, Zweihander, and say hello, everyone. Say hello to Daniel. Tonight we have the premiere episode, the Benefactor. So, I have this wonderful stellar cast with me. Feel free to go around, tell us who you are, who you'll be playing throughout this spooktacular adventure. We'll start with Noir, since you're up here in the top.
Hello, I'm Noir. Today I'll be playing Davos Lemore. I am a sales sort of sorts. You give me coin and I will give you either the final death or if you're cute enough, I'll get you the tiny one. But that is essentially Davos. Yeah, so that's me.
Sweet. Kate, tell us who you are, who you will be playing.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kate. I am playing Rosella Venturi, who is a cortegiana honesta, otherwise known as an honest courtesan. And, I worked my way up to the top. Very excited about it. I worked hard, and I deserve everything I've gotten.
Yes, I would agree. Chris, aka Bright, tell us who you are and who you will be playing.
I am Bright Dystopia. I know my own name. I'm Bright Dystopia, or Chris if you prefer. I am playing Ludovico di Inokia. I am a leader of the Satanic Church here in northern Italy. And I am very pleased to meet you, fresh new souls. I look forward to speaking with you in private soon.
Incredible. All right, Anna, tell us who you are, who you'll be playing, all that fun stuff.
Hello, I'm Anna, also Nymeria on the internet, and tonight I am going to be playing Giovanna Zanini, who is a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed young astrologer fresh off of the boat from Venice, come to Florence to seek a rich husband and delve a little bit deeper into some occult mysteries. We'll see how that goes.
Lovely. Liz, thank you for joining us. Who will you be playing as?
I will be playing as Letta Baldovanetti. She is a middle-aged woman who had the misfortune of being struck by lightning at one point, and bears the scars and the bad eye to prove it. She is a kind of time-hardened, cynical monk who doesn't show her allegiances quickly, but has them. And I'm excited to be here. It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. And finally, Mike, welcome to the game table. Who will you be playing as?
Hey, y'all. I'm Mike. Many of you probably don't know who I am, but my Twitter handle is Mike Melody. I will be playing Enzo Rizal, a former lowborn noble from the Kingdom of Toledo of the Crown of Castile before the Spanish Empire became a thing. Served in the Castilian Succession Wars for a few years before taking the life of a privateer or a buccaneer. Enzo has sailed across and all around the Mediterranean, North Africa, and Cyprus. What was Cyprus called before at the time?
I believe it was still Cyprus.
Was it still Cyprus?
Yeah.
Okay. And he has made his way to Florence with a lucrative, I guess, career in procuring certain arts and antiquities. So
yes,
happy to be here.
And I'm happy to have everyone here. Everyone, this is going to be such a good time. So, as we all know, this has got a historical setting to it, but I do have my disclaimer. Yes, I actually have a degree in history. I studied it in college. I did actually take a whole class on the Renaissance and Reformation. It's kind of what led to this. I do strive for accuracy, but also there's vampires, and this is a tabletop role-playing game. And so certain things might not be accurate in certain spots, and that's intentional because we're trying to have fun, because sometimes actual history gets in the way of that. So that's all I need to say about that. Are we ready to dive into this? Are we ready to get into Renaissance Florence? All right.
Oh, yeah.
I know we all had to miss the Ren Fair this year, so let's get that vibe going. So we find ourselves in Florence, Italy, the 1470s. The Italian Renaissance is in full swing. It's about 1477, 1478, before the Patsy Conspiracy, for those keeping track at home. So the city is a hub of the arts, banking and influence. We're talking like most of Europe's banking was done through Florence. So there is money and there is opulence here. It's an important place during this time period. As you travel into the magnificent city, you cannot miss the towering dome of the Duomo Cathedral. The orangish terracotta rooftops of the light-colored buildings dot the city as we enter this sprawling settlement. The city is a bustling place, with her streets cluttered with people coming and going from the markets, academies, homes, and other places throughout the city. You are inland far enough that the air does not smell of the sea, but it doesn't stink like some of the other cities of Europe. Florence is a pretty clean place, comparatively speaking. The crowds of people traveling, talking, and working cause a constant din of background noise to hang in the air intermittently, interrupted by bell tolls, probably coming from one of the many churches here in the city, Catholic Church having much of a presence here. And it's here where we find our cast of characters, living their daily lives unaware of just how much everything will change. So, we're going to go around, kind of describe like your day-to-day for each of your characters, like what happens during their day, how they go about their day, just day in the life of, I don't know, let's say Davos. What's a day in the life of Davos?
Davos is waking up from a very powerful hangover.
Lovely.
He's in a bed in a place that he doesn't know, and he turns over, and there is a very attractive woman still unconscious, and he just turns over to get out the other way, and there is a very attractive man unconscious, and then he just rolls over, and there's like two other people, and then there's a couple people on the floor, and he goes, "Much better night than I expected." Gets up, puts on his clothes, gets his coat. Everybody is still sleeping, but he blows them all a kiss. Adieu. Closes the door. And he goes outside. He's got on him a flintlock pistol, a rapier, and a dagger on his person. He's got this really vibrant and elaborate blue pirate coat on. Right now he really hasn't had time to do himself up, so his makeup and everything is all runny. But he just goes to do the only sensible thing that one can do when they're woken up and drunk, and they have to go find the hair of the dog that bit them. So he's just gonna find whoever is going to sell me some ramen. Perhaps might see if I can top my evening last night. It would be fun.
Lovely. All right, perfect. That was amazing. I already know Davos as a person. All right, Kate, take us through day in the life of darling Rosella, who's worked so hard to get to the top.
Of course. So Rosella wakes up early in the morning because you don't look this beautiful without some work. And then in the morning, I will read some philosophy or maybe some geography. And then I will find myself at the Piazza della Signoria and I will take a walk around, see what tourists are there, meet new people, and, if time permits, I might go see my patron, maybe have dinner, maybe stay the night. Who knows?
Nice. Rosella is definitely going to be a more nuanced character. I don't know her completely yet, but day in the life. All right, up next, Chris. Tell us a little bit about what old Ludovico gets up to these days.
Ludovico is a very private man. He spends a lot of his time day in, day out working for the Carlone family. He spends a lot of time standing over Matteo Carlone's shoulder and waiting. It's good times to be an old man with a cushy job, standing around doing nothing, until he is beckoned to do something. And that something is typically in interrogating the dissidents in his ranks. Matteo's a piece of shit, but he's a stupid piece of shit. And I can keep him under my thumb, even though I let him believe that he has all the power. In my own time, I enjoy simple hobbies like going to the library, anthropodermic bibliopegy, and reading through my secret tomes. You may not know what those are. Keep your eyes on your own shit.
My eyes have not looked. I'm no narc. Plus, if I was one of the town guards, I'd have to tell you. So, Anna, take us through the day in the life of Giovanna. What does she do? What does she get up to?
Giovanna spends most of her time at the house of her patron, Lenore del Toro, who is a kind of older, wealthy lady who has hired her to read fortunes and do some small magics, but also mostly just to be like an entertaining companion to have around, somebody to read poetry with, play music with, gossip about people that we're people watching with. So, mostly pretty quiet every day. Except for when she waits for Lenore to fall asleep, and then she goes and tiptoes off to her library collection looking for some books about dark magic. Secret reading.
And Lenore has quite the collection of dark tomes and things about stuff that maybe you wouldn't find in a library funded by the church. Let's just put it that way.
No.
Lenore has like a mysterious collection, and we'll get into that in a bit. As Liz, you're going to tell us, what does Letta do? What trouble does she get up to?
None that she would want to tell you about. Letta starts her day bright and early as the sun rises. She dons a cloak and goes out into the slightly misty air, walking the cobblestones in soft leather boots, not making as much noise as you would imagine a person of her stature would make. Stepping quietly and softly, she, being close to 6 feet tall and towering above many of the time, holds a poise that seems unfamiliar to your standard merchant or passerby. She always stops at a little, I just lost the Italian word for it.
Stronzo.
Bake shop. And I don't know. So we're going to revert back to English. She always stops at a little bake shop and gets a fresh cup of the drink of the day that keeps people going, and a bread roll or two to nourish. On her way to various libraries that she may or may not have legal access to, and spends the day learning, observing, reading, and there are a number of societies that she keeps an eye on, and always willing to listen to a good conversation, even if she wasn't invited to it.
So many nerds in this group. I love it. All right. Well, Mike, Our good friend Enzo, he's guaranteed to get himself into some sort of trouble, right?
Oh, yeah. So Enzo begins his mornings visiting the local Tontos at the port, the docks, haggling with the port masters, hanging out with the Merchants Guild, seeing if there's anything that needs to be procured within relative safety or within the relative area within Florence. Florence is a beautiful city, one that Enzo is not accustomed to, being on the seas for so long. But today, maybe a couple coppers, tomorrow maybe a few hundred gold. It all depends on who's offering a job and who needs something stolen fast.
And what perfect timing while you're asking around about work. You see an old associate that, you've done some work for this person. They bear the sigil of House de Toro. And this man, he's kind of like in the Renaissance armor, so he's got like a breastplate and like the really poofy red sleeves, carrying like a big old halberd over his shoulder, and he just kind of walks up to you. Hey, you're the guy that got that one painting, right?
I believe so. I procured many of paintings, dear sire. May I ask what painting specifically are you talking about?
You remember how you procured Lady de Toro, the Charlemagne one? That was a really good one. Remember that?
That was a challenge, yes. But then again, any Tonto could do that. Is there anything you specifically need?
And he reaches into his armor, pulls out a little wrapped up note with the seal, the sigils on this red seal. Lady de Toro is requesting your presence at her estate. So, this one's a good one, I think. So, and he gives you a pat on the shoulder. Anyway, I've got some more of these to deliver. So, I'll see you later, friend.
Do I know what social class he's from?
The guard's definitely a guard for a rich person. You've done work for Lenore. That painting was not an easy one to get. You had to reach out to your Ottoman privateer buddies to help you get that one, right?
I'm gonna quickly grab a rag nearby and sort of wipe wherever he placed his hand on my shoulder. I'm dressed as pretty nicely. Today is a good day to dress up. So.
Yeah, I would say so. Davos, you're finding as you're slamming down early morning wines. It's Italy. There's a vineyard somewhere to go drinking at. That hangover's getting cured. Hair of the dog does work wonders. Good thing.
Well, it would not be a phrase if it did not work.
And as you're drinking, you see an old associate of yours, also at the vineyard bar, drinking a nice glass of wine. And she kind of looks over at you, gives you like the sup nod. She's like a tough looking lady.
Well, what a wonderful day to get tossed around again, eh? And he gets up and he walks over to her. Would you really choose to drink alone when you don't have to?
Oh, you know what? I finally found you. You're a hard one to track down, Mr. Lamore.
I don't try to be, but if you're looking for me, then here I am. How might I be of assistance? What blood needs to be spilled?
No blood needing to be spilled, at least just yet, my friend. I know you've done some great work for Lady de Toro in the past. She really appreciates how discreet you are in handling those matters. And, well, it seems she pulls out of like a pouch. She hands you a rolled up piece of paper. It seems she wants to see you again.
It's always good to be requested again. He just rolls up the paper, puts it in his pocket. Well, is she expecting me at any specific time, or do we have enough time for me to get a drink in you?
She kind of gives you that playful, like, fuck around and find out look, right? Just like, she's appreciating how ballsy you're being right now. The forward encourage, definitely... You know her. She's the captain of Lenore's guards. You know she loves this forwardness and like the brat, like just having the brass fucking balls to hit on her because no one else will because she's a tough cookie.
Then they are lesser scared men. We will have another glass of I will have what I was having, and she will have what she was having, unless you would like something a little bit more expensive.
I'll have what he's having.
Well, in that case, two of your finest Moscato.
And you are poured the wine, and you two enjoy your drink as we head over to Rosella. You're doing your usual things, standing outside rich places, trying to make friends in all the right places. You could have swore you saw Lorenzo de' Medici walk by, but it's hard to say these days. You know, he seems to always be surrounded by a retinue of just like an entourage of people.
It's very true. Honestly, I was looking for your sister Bianca, but
that's you notice the guy with the halberd, the guard we saw before who gave the note to Enzo. He kind of walks up to you. You know him. You're a regular at Lenore's. Oh, hey, the lady's calling a meeting. Wanted you specifically there.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Yes, I'll be there.
I figured you would be. I didn't, and I knew where to find. You're the easiest one to always find. Oh, much appreciated. Now I gotta go find. He pulls out his list. Oh, Jesus Christ! I'll catch you later.
Jesus Christo.
So you got your invitation. We're gonna bounce over to Ludovico. You're doing your studying stuff in the library. It's nice and quiet. But then you hear the rusty hinges on the door and the wood slide against the brick floor. Just and in walks the short, plump, balding little man that is Matteo. Oh, Ludovico, I was looking for you. I should have knew you would be in the dusty library.
What is it this time, Matteo?
It's actually, I don't want shit from you this time. You remember Lenore de Toro? I think you've, taken a peek around her library before or something.
Yes, but, who hasn't?
Well, she wants to see you specifically. I don't know, maybe the old lady's getting sweet on you or something.
See. I will see her when I have time. Is it urgent?
Well, she said this early evening or something like that. So I wouldn't, get lost in one of your books again.
It is not one of my books. It is La Storia Naturale di Plino del Vecchio.
Yes, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I get it. And it's very clear he does not get what you're talking about.
I will be there shortly. Thank you, Don Carlone.
Of course. And, hey, don't worry, I'll make sure to kick something extra sweet you bring to the old lady, all right?
Thank you. Sure. And Ludovico will get up from his seated position, fold his book, tuck it in the cloak, and leave, muttering under his breath, "Stupid simpleton stronzo de filio putana."
Kate is... All right, I think we have Giovanna. You're in the library, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Probably lost in a dusty tome.
Very much so.
And that's when you see a hand pass over the book. And it's Lady Lenore de Toro herself. She's middle-aged, graying hair. She's very regal but stoic, commanding presence. Very, very much a lady who knows her worth and wealth in this city.
Oh, excuse me, Signora. I'll just put this back a moment.
It's okay. I'm going to be, I'm calling a meeting and I want you specifically to be there.
Oh, very, very good. Anything I should prepare for you?
Oh no, just bring yourself and, it's okay. I think that's all you need to do.
All right, thank you.
Of course. And, Giovanna, I've got a new book coming in for you soon.
What is it?
It's this very special tome that comes all the way from Scotland. It's got some of those symbols you were looking for, I think. I think it's just the thing you're looking for.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much, Signora.
Of course. I will leave you to your reading, but don't forget to drink something and to eat. I know you get lost in your books.
I won't.
And finally, where is Letta at? What's she doing at this very moment?
What time of day is it?
It's like probably midday.
Okay. Let's say Letta's probably in a piazza somewhere, finding a bite of lunch if it's midday. Just taking in the whims and changes of the people who travel through here every day, seeing if she can see anyone who doesn't belong.
And there is someone who doesn't belong, and that is the guard in armor, very much out of place in this little bakery shop. And he's actually like kind of looking back at a paper. Hey, you Letta Baldovinetti? I think I've got the description right. Scar, right there.
And you might be?
Oh, I work for Lady Lenore de Toro. I think you know her. She wanted to see you tonight, early evening. I'm not really sure what it's about, but he pulls out the paper with the little stamp on it and the wax seal and hands it to you.
She always sends the most bumbling fools. Thank you.
Yeah. See you later. Bye, I guess. And he walks away, and y'all have the rest of your days to yourselves, doing what it is you do. It eventually comes time to head to the De Toro Manor for this meeting that you've been invited to.
Okay, so yeah, after a little tryst with the guard captain, I make my way towards the meeting.
Sweet. Is everyone else just gonna head towards the meeting from wherever? So you walk through the streets of Florence or just through the halls because you're already there, depending on who you are. And those of you coming from the outside, you step through this wonderful gate. These guards let you in, and you're walking through beautiful gardens. This estate's beautiful. There's a fountain that trickles into a pond, and there's more of these just beautiful flowers, and there's like wonderful trees here. The Mediterranean climate allows these plants to grow beautifully throughout most of the year. You walk into the main halls of the manor and follow corridors and rooms until you arrive in the library study. There's a study kind of above the library area, and beautiful art pieces surround you, as do shelves of books. The room is elegantly put together with dark blue furniture. Lenore's not here yet, and you kind of find yourselves mingling with each other, waiting, as each of you enter the study one after another.
I think I'm
just be in the corner watching everybody, just not saying anything, perhaps drinking out of his flask.
I think I'm actually already there, sitting down at one of the tables, and I don't know like what age range exactly we have for everybody in the group, but Giovanna is really young. She's like maybe 19. So you would see this sort of like just very well dressed, but also like just barely out of being a kid, just sitting with this giant like leather bound book propped up in front of her face on the table and just like sort of muttering under her breath.
Enzo's just gonna walk in. His rapier is just gonna knock into a nearby bookcase or something.
Oh my god.
And he's dressed up in his full privateer outfit, heavy boots, a large feather hat, and just goes around to anyone that's in the room. Buenas tardes, buenas tardes, buenas tardes.
Rosella panics when the rapier knocks into the bookshelf, goes to save the books, and immediately turns and just goes, These are from the Holy Roman Empire. You should have more respect.
Do they cost much, or?
Cost more than your life. I can guarantee it.
That's not saying much.
Enzo, you do notice there is this wonderful, magnificent painting. First Holy Roman Emperor himself, Charlemagne. You remember that because you acquired that yourself. That's the painting and it's very striking. Like, it's definitely, like, very memorable when you do see it.
I'm going to go behind the painting real quick. I usually leave a couple gold pieces or monies hidden behind for if I ever come across it ever again.
Yeah.
Just sneak that in my pocket real quick.
Yeah, you'll be able to find like 3 gold that you hid back there, stowed away.
Ludovico will confidently stride down the center of wherever this establishment is. And he will prop open his book, lean up against a sturdy structure, and change into his meeting glasses. And continue to read.
Davos is actually going to stride towards Rosella after seeing that conflict and just walk over and go, "What would you say that man's life is worth, huh?"
Not nearly enough. I don't even know why he's here. Nor you, if I'm being honest. And you are.
Pardon. So rude. Davos Lamore. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Rosella Venturi. Likewise.
Beautiful name.
Appreciated.
It is only fitting that it would be accompanied by such a beautiful face.
Well, if you want to have my company, I'm afraid I'm a little out of your league.
Fair enough. But the pleasure of your company has been fulfilling enough as it is, so I can see that you would be worth every gold.
Kind. Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, and I will pull out a book of philosophy, and I will pointedly ignore him.
Yeah, it's probably some like old Aristotle book or some shit.
It's absolutely Pliny the Elder.
Oh yes, Pliny
Yes.
the Elder, the original meme master. That's right.
I am reading Pliny the Elder.
And you're reading that about the Cataloplia bliss or whatever the fucking thing's called.
Yes.
He takes a sip of his flask and he goes, "I know when my presence is no longer warranted. Thank you for your time."
Clever. Ciao.
And you can see he just kind of takes that last chow and he embraces it and just walks away.
Oh, so smarmy.
Spicy.
And at some point during all of this, Letta quietly had entered the room and found a corner and kind of propped up against it with cloak still on, staff in hand, just leaning up against a wall that doesn't have adornment on it, watching. A good Buenos Tardes when the Enzo comes through.
Oh.
Saludos para ti.
Igualmente.
So, introductions. I don't believe we've met any of us. I am Enzo Rizal. How do you all know Lady Del Torre?
Well, I live with her. I'm actually in her employ as a companion and advisor of sorts, I suppose.
Interesting. Oh, saludos para ti, to you.
And you are some sort of appreciator of fine art, I presume.
I'll be straightforward. I'm a privateer.
Well, appreciation can cut both ways, I'm sure. The above board and the less so.
Quite. And you, and I sort of point to Davos. You seem like you can handle yourself. Enzo.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Enzo, the privateer.
Mhm.
I I find myself in somewhat of a similar line of work as you.
I also flash my flintlock pistol, Spanish made, of course. Well, not Spanish made, Castilian made. Sorry, the Castile steel.
I must confess to you, I don't exactly know the origin of my flintlock, other than the hands of a man who did not use it well.
You a soldier, mercenary.
I am. I am a connoisseur of moments of intimacy. Nothing more intimate than the moment life ends, eh?
I've met camp followers like yourself during the war. Well, during the succession. Interesting. And I sort of walk over to Ludovico and you, sir. Sort of extend my hand.
Beg pardon? You're talking to me.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
And he like lifts up his book and closes it at like head level, tucks it back into his robe. Yes, servant of the common man. What can I do for you?
Just exchanging pleasantries and getting to know my esteemed guests. And just curiosity, I guess. Enzo, and you are...
Ludovico de Enoquia, somno sacerdonte milanesa de Chiesa Satanica.
Saludos para ti.
At your service.
Are you a scholar of sorts?
You could say that. Yes.
Oh.
I enjoy the occasional read, let's say.
Very well.
And yourself? You walk around like a bull, young and stupid. If you forgive my rudeness, perhaps, but you almost knocked over a case of very rare books earlier, so you were noticed upon entry. I'm sorry, but I must know more. Please, you intrigue me so.
No, you reminded me of my father. Told me I was a stupid pig, but well, the stupid pig can make money, and he has seen the world. I'm not one for books or stories. I like to make my own. I like to seize the moment of life, I guess. And I am a big admirer of art. And I sort of point to the portrait of Charlemagne.
One redeeming quality is good enough, I suppose. Enzo, I can tell, and he places a hand on your shoulder, that we will not get along. I foresee many arguments in our future, and I will do my best to stay far, far away from you. It was good meeting you and good knowing you. Please, pick up a few more books than you accidentally knock over, and perhaps this will change. Excuse me. And he will just turn around and reopen his book.
Very well. I'm going to open a window. Just look outside.
And like without looking up, Giovanna's just like, not that one. It sticks at the back.
Oh,
The left.
Thank you, senor. It's jammed. Are you sure this was the right one? Oh no, I got it.
And as you're having these awkward conversations, that's when in this wonderfully dark dress that's just speaks, just powerful, walks Lenore de Toro, the lady of the estate. Oh, I'm glad we're all getting acquainted in here.
Giovanna instantly stands up and then just sits into a very deep curtsy with a head bowed, as she does whenever Lenora enters the room.
Rosella does the same.
Oh, we won't be having need of that anymore soon here.
Davos takes a sip from his flask.
I tip my large hat. Buenos tardes.
Good day to you as well. Or good evening, perhaps. Time can be... I lose track of time. There's just too many wonderful things. And she kind of goes and walks towards this really, like, detailed, beautiful painting of this, like, warrior woman clad in armor, and standing next to her is this young squire. And she just kind of looks at it admiringly. There's just too many other good things in life to appreciate, but... as we all know, life does not last forever, correct? And she kind of snaps or turns around, kind of like almost soldierish in nature. She does have like a very commanding presence about her. You can't help but it, like, you might just like, I would personally feel like, you know, oh my God, this woman, like, yes, ma'am. Like, but it's not like a bad command aura of command. She definitely commands respect as she turns around. Well, and that's why I've gathered you here today. As you all know, I don't have any living heirs, but I don't want to see the De Toro house die off. Unfortunately, I'm not like the Medicis or the Patseys with many relatives and heirs to just leave this to. And it's just, I feel connected to all of you. Oh, Giovanna, so young, so curious, and always there to keep me attention like the daughter I never had. Rosella, your company is always more than welcome. But also, it is your mind that I've come to really respect over these years. Davos, your brave and forward attitude has definitely taken care of quite a few of my enemies, and this house will need that in the future.
A pleasure always.
Enzo, this house needs to keep procuring fine pieces of art, and you have found perhaps one of my favorite pieces, very rare indeed, and we're going to continue to need that, and I want you to be able to operate legitimately. Ludovico, oh, your knowledge of things beyond our understanding. It's something this house will need, especially considering the sizable library I have.
You are too kind, Rhea.
And Letta, why waste that potential with the church when you could bring it here and put it to good use? Get out from under the bureaucracy of them. That is why I am naming all of you the heirs to my estate. And she like pulls out like this wonderfully drawn up document with your names in it. It's the whole 9 yards. It's legit. She is naming you heirs of the House De Toro.
Senora, where are you going? Will you stay?
Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna still be around. I just want to make sure things will go to people that I trust with them. And quite frankly, it is you 6.
Interesting.
This is beyond generous, Madama. However,
Orthodox.
and this is with a pointed look at Ludovico, I've never heard of you speak of some of these people before.
Oh, Giovanna, I've known many people throughout the years. I guess, Ludovico's work requires discretion. And that's an understanding we've both had, and an understanding that we're going to continue to have. Isn't that correct, Ludovico?
I am not one to look a gift stallion in the mouth. Yes. Yes, that is what that means, yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure you're growing tired of your current employer, Ludovico.
I am old. I grow tired of many things.
Wouldn't you rather just be your own boss instead of to that oafish man?
Gods and Satan, yes. I do wish it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yes. And don't worry. And she leans up to you. There's a temple in the basement.
Letta will push herself up from the wall where she's kind of been hunched and just trying not to have notice. and stand up tall and almost with that same military movement, bow from the waist with a hand. And it would be my honor to be a part of your household. To Lenora.
Oh, yeah. So, of course, I would hope all of you would want to take this honor. And trust me, I'm in no danger. There's nothing wrong. I'm not going anywhere. It's just I'm getting up there in years. Remember, this is 1477, 78. So, like, 40, 50 is getting up there in years in their terms. You know, when you still have things like the bubonic plague. So it would make sense that she'd be starting to think about what about my family name going on after me. Like, her thinking about this would not seem ridiculous during this time period.
Lenore, if I may, I have a question.
Oh, of course, Davos, please.
Well, I truly am taken aback by your wonderful gift here. I can't help but wonder. I don't know these other individuals, and I know that the inheritance is being split among all of us equally. Will this not make some of us more inclined to lower that share by engaging in a bit of skullduggery? I of course would never partake in something like that. I live a very simple life, and with the coin that I'm sure that I'll get, I can think of all manners of things that I would love to purchase. And he looks at Rosella for a little bit, but but I can't help wonder about the dangers that this might cause us if all of us aren't as honest as myself.
Well, if I'm bequeathing my inheritance to all of you, that means I trust you to remain honorable. Davos, I know your work isn't always smiled upon, but we've always had an understanding and a respect. And I expect that respect to be maintained as long as I'm on this earth and not on it. And
You of course have my word, Lenore.
And you should show Rosella a little more respect.
Oh, of course. I meant no insult. None at all. I just was great. Yeah, I was gifted with a bit of her company, and I was told that I was outside of the station of more of it. Perhaps I was thinking that this inheritance might change things, or at least hoping.
Well, there's only one way to find out, but I don't plan on keeling over anytime soon, so I expect you to be a good boy now, Davos. And the rest of you to behave. Now, are there any other questions, or... I don't mind. It's a lot to take in, so of course, ask questions, please.
Are we just dividing your estate, or are there specific things that each of us will inherit?
Well, I was thinking more of an equal share of the estate, but if you wish to spread it amongst yourselves in certain areas, say, if Giovanna wanted solely my collection of books, I'm sure we could have that arranged.
Well, I would certainly like some of your books as well. You have such a wonderful library.
Yes, and I'm sure there's plenty of my library to be split between 50 people, so I'm sure all of you would be able to find enough to split between yourselves.
Of course. But I'm glad you're not looking to go anywhere anytime soon. I would miss you horrendously.
I would miss you too, Rosella. I mean, where would I go? I mean, the Ottomans have basically the whole the Black Sea blocked off. I have no desire to head west. I love Florence. It's beautiful here.
Florence is a city of the arts. Lorenzo de' Medici has done wonderful things for the city.
Yes, he sure has.
The Ottomans are no trouble. They'd have to get through Venice first, and then they would have to get through Rome in order to get to us.
Yes, but at least they understand culture, better than those German cretins from up north.
Well, at least the Ottomans do understand good fabric. every now
Yes.
and then.
And who was the dumbass who decided to name them the Holy Roman Empire anyway? Wasn't me.
No, I do imagine you would have picked something much more appropriate.
The barbaric states of the German people, perhaps, as our Roman ancestors would have wanted.
Quite.
So then
Yes.
it is an accord. You are all now part of the House de Toro, officially. But, and she begins rolling up the paper, you will need to deliver this to the Signoria building to make it official on public record. And she kind of leans down behind one of the desks, and you hear like a box, and you hear like metal jingling within, and she pulls up like two small chests and put them on the desk. I also need to make a deposit at the De Medici Bank, so while you're out dropping off the paperwork tomorrow afternoon, I figured you could also make a quick run to the bank. I'm gonna be held up tomorrow. I've got a few, let's see, Lord Pipistrello's gonna be coming by at some point. He's throwing a party later next week. Going to be a great affair, I've heard.
Do you know who all is going to be there?
Oh, everyone who's a name. Medici, Patsy, people from not Florence. The rumor has it the Pope might stop by.
The Pope. Interesting.
And I am sure some coterie from La Serenissima as well.
Oh, yes, of course.
Excellent.
Anyway, I have a painting that I'm commissioning, and Raphael got the line wrong, and I need to go yell at him really quick. Medici said he was a fine painter, but I find he does not focus enough on realistic details.
You should go talk to Botticelli.
Yes, I should have. You're right. I should have listened to you in the first place.
That's what I told you.
You're always so wise. Well, hopefully Enzo and Davos will be invaluable in procuring us some new works of art. Now that you're part of the family, it's just another day of work.
Simply point me to a man that has the art that you want, and we can make something happen.
Yes. Well, I gotta get running now. You all, feel free, help yourself to the wine barrel that I got one pulled up from the cellar just for all of you. Celebrate a little bit. The shifts will be ending, so I've got my workers and guards and servants. They'll be joining you for a little celebration as well.
Adios. Cuidate, señor.
And she gives like a really dignified bow as she makes her exit, and you just hear her, "No, that is not where I wanted that line to go."
So with her exit, he just Davos makes his way to the Y.
So you kind of go into like
everybody.
You go into like
Yeah.
the main hall, like the great hall area where she would normally eat, but like when rich people eat, they eat in these massive dining halls. And it's this beautiful thing. There's like these beautiful marble and stone statues. Like one of the marble statues is like this white dragon creature. And it's just kind of labeled the Scale Cut, Dragon of the North. And it's just all of these wonderful pieces of art. And the wine's coming out, some food. There's some food out there. It's nice.
Once everybody has his glass, Davos is just gonna do the spoon to glass to do a little toast. Well, everyone, I don't know you, but here is to finally getting what we all deserve. Huh?
Salud.
Salud.
To one family.
To one family.
So, where do we go from here?
Well, if we are all to be under the same house, I think we should peel away any veils of secrets and speak plainly what it is that we offer Lenore and find how we are all useful to her.
I couldn't agree more.
Before we get into that, if I may, Enzo, was it?
See,
I feel that as we have become family, it is my duty to instruct you that if you do not become more like Davos, who seems to also fancy the ham-fisted way of throwing sharp objects at people, you are going to die a very gruesome death. And I feel now a strange responsibility for you, not in this life, but in the next. Have you taken into consideration what you will do with your soul after you have exited the mortal coil?
Jesus, God will take care of my soul. The church will take care of my soul. Who else would?
The ones.
We have much to discuss. Please, if you would allow me to educate you on your options after this.
Options,
See.
I guess.
So we have a priest. Wonderful.
High priest. Yes.
A high priest of. Interesting.
Nothing more I love to hear than God, huh?
More or less.
I'll lean over to Giovanna, who I imagine I've run into on more than one occasion.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
say,
Yeah.
oh, I really do like this Ludovico. He has a lot of care for the books.
Yes. I would be very interested to see what lies between the covers. Also, I have the sneaking suspicion that whatever god it is he purports to serve is something a little bit less than publicly acceptable. And that has me intrigued.
God has nothing to do with it. God does nothing for us here. God will only serve in the afterlife. What we do here is up to us. It's only what we can do. God is for later.
Very true. Or for those who are unsure what the future may yet hold for them.
I suppose so, if it brings one comfort. That is not for me.
Shame. I was wondering if anyone would like to play a little game.
Oh, do tell.
Well, while we're all discussing what we are to each other and to Lenore, it just so happens that I am more than just somebody that keeps her company during the day. Occasionally, she has asked me to determine what might await her in the future, or what are some importance of things that might be to come. I believe she likes to call it consulting the stars, but I'll make no bones about it. I think we all know what it is we're consulting here when we ask.
Well, if you're looking for volunteers, I would love to go first. I love
Excellent.
games.
Excellent. Let me see. How do I want to do this? I'm going to have you hold out your hand, and then Doge Emil, I was wondering, is there a way I could do some kind of like incantation test or something like that to try and like read anything on Davos's palm to be like, I know facts about you.
Yeah, give
Or
me.
you could tell me what those things are that I would know.
All right, yeah, give me an incantation check.
Okay,
And
let's do this. Incantation.
yeah, I've got a tarot deck out. Don't at me.
I mean, I do too, so you can use yours if you want.
That's how I'm gonna be doing your palm reading.
Ugh, I'm gonna use a fortune token to re-roll that because
Go for it. I get a misfortune
nope.
then.
Yep. No, that's even worse. Oh God. All right.
Giovanna, you run your hand. So Davos, Giovanna's soft hands, you know, they haven't seen combat. They've seen the fluttery pages of books. They run over your palms. Giovanna, the fates are telling you nothing. You ask for knowledge from certain entities, but your pleas and your requests fall on unlistening ears.
Well, Giovanna, what is it that you see?
I see someone who is keen in the pursuit of the things that they want, but very guarded despite this outward sincerity, braggadociousness. That is all.
I thought we were doing magic here, not just being insightful.
Well, I am yet learning, which is why access to Madama's library would be most welcome.
Wait, magic? You all can't be serious. You actually believe in that.
I don't have to believe. I know it is true. I know it works most of the time.
And Letta will speak up from kind of behind everybody, having wandered over to the stack of Holy Roman books that were knocked over unceremoniously earlier. And from having a book open, that if anyone can see it, is in an old Hebrew with Aramaic translations in the edges where someone had changed it and was studying. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. Tonight's not your night.
Evidently not.
Magic and gods are for those who do not believe they have a hand in their own fate.
Or simply, I just put my faith in God and I always come out on top.
Well, I have been the cause of many men and women screaming God, and he never seems to show. So, I will do my best to take control of my own life and not wait for some being in the sky to decide to take notice.
See, humility is not a trait you've inherited either.
One tends to shed humility when he becomes a master of his craft.
I see.
Now him I like. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he seems like he's taken a good head off of many others.
Depends on the head you're talking about.
I believe that
That-
is more your line of work.
Excuse me. If you are looking for a courtesan of the lamp, you can go to the Rialto Bridge. Maybe you should take a swim too.
Oye, Dios mío.
Ooh.
So this game, excuse me. What are the rules of this game we are playing aside from airing out all of our laundry in public?
Well, just that you offer some indication as to what path your life might take, and I will interpret it for you. Although, I don't know that I have much to say to someone who seems to be nearing the end of their time. Surely you have
Bambina,
enough.
I have been here since time immemorial, and I will be here until time ceases. Do not worry about me.
Instantly worried, but I'll say nothing else for the moment.
Still trust.
Giovanna, here. I shall play your game.
All right.
Ooh. Give me that incantation roll. Also, I did pull like the purple
Yes.
arrow card. There's a bat on this one.
Success.
All
What'd
right.
you pull?
So you're running your hand over her palm, and like, if you studied Giovanna's pupils, you could notice like they kind of light up just around the edges of the pupil, like a bright blue, Giovanna, you catch an image of a bat hanging on a tree branch upside down. Surrounding the bat, circling it, are 8 swords facing downward, kind of just suspended in the air, orbiting it. It's an 8 of swords, definitely, if you're pulling from the tarot deck. But that image is definitely troubling, but perhaps the swords are the newly acquired family members.
It is possible. Usually this means that somebody is about to try to deceive or hoodwink you in some way, that you would be the recipient of bad news. So, if that is not to come, it could be that your induction into this family is a harbinger of conflict to come. The bat is interesting, though, because it hangs upside down, which if the card is reversed, it is something far worse. It's betrayal.
Betrayal? By who?
Surely there is at least one person that you trust deeply in your life.
Few.
Well, that leaves you open, vulnerable. It could be any one of them. It could be one of us here.
And I shall take appropriate precautions.
You seem like someone who is more than capable of taking care of herself.
You're very kind. I do try very hard to make sure that things in my life go the way I want them to.
So you say.
I'll step back.
Okay, so Rosella steps back. Does anyone else want to get their palm read?
Oh, okay.
Be gentle, Nandina. I am very old and frail.
I'd like to do something here.
What would you like to do?
Because Giovanna's a little bit creeped out by this guy, she's going to try and channel power to see if she can get a better read on this guy. So what that means is I get a +10 base chance to my roll, but I also have to roll on the chaos table because
Go for
if something
it.
bad happens, then let's see. I'm gonna roll a d6, and if I roll a 6, I invoke a chaos manifestation.
Yay.
I do not this
Okay.
time.
So your eyes flash red this time for just a moment as you touch Ludovico's hand. Let's see what you get on that incantation table.
Alrighty, so
Is that something we would have seen, or is it so fast it's just like?
What's the perception skill? Hold on.
it is a success. It might be scrutinize.
Yeah, I would either put
Have
it.
that.
Yeah, it would be under scrutinize.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to roll a scrutinize check, feel free to see if you notice this.
And I did succeed on the incantation test.
All right.
I would like to. I get a +10.
Okay.
I think I definitely failed.
If it's lower than your base chance, yeah.
Oh no, it's higher.
It's higher.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Higher, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Giovanna, anyone who succeeded, you do see the eyes flash.
I pull out my rosemary chain real quick.
Ooh.
I saw her do it initially, so I'm just kind of like, oh.
As you touch Ludovico's hand, for a second, your vision goes like red, and you kind of see like this goat face, and then like the skin begins to peel back on the goat face, and you begin hearing this. You hear this voice. I sense you. What do you do as you reach out? And it begins like chanting in like Aramaic and Latin. It's just.
She'll still hold on to his hand, but then look like directly into his eyes instead of down at it and go, Well, this has never happened before.
What? What is it? Is my love line too short, or?
Whom are we addressing here?
My name is Ludovico.
Our name is Legion, for we are many.
Are you aware that you've got a friend following you around?
The Lord is my shepherd, Bambina.
Ludovico is one of ours. He serves us.
I walk with the Lord, and he walks with me.
We guide him through the dark for the umbral plains.
During the difficult times, I look back and see one set of footsteps. That is when he carried me.
And we lay waste to our enemies who stand in our way.
Listen, whatever it is that you're playing at here, I know I may be young, but I wasn't born yesterday. So you either explain this to me straight, or I will ask him directly. I do not think you would like that in front of these people that you have just met.
These people are family. You may ask him anything you wish.
I don't know what's going on, but the young one seems to have gotten intense, so he just takes another drink of his wine. This is
interesting. Did you happen to enter into this pact willingly? Was it through study, through chance?
Oh, many years of study, Bambina. You have no idea how many books I've read. Even the funny one that Rosella holds in her hands as we're there.
We specifically seek our servants out, so our will may undo God's work.
Well,
Giovanna, if you maintain this connection with this demon, I will meta tell you, you will take corruption points for this.
I think I've seen everything that I wish to see for now. But the old man technically does not lie when he says he follows in the footsteps of the Lord. He did not say which one.
Playing words. It's clever.
One was as foolish as the next.
When everyone's done taking their palm readings, we can field trip down to underneath the castle. I was told there was a temple here.
Have I seen that? Do I know about this?
Giovanna, you thought Lenore told you everything.
Yeah, she didn't, did she?
She didn't tell you about no basement.
Oh, look, I've never seen this set of stairs leading down before. Let's check it out.
So it's like kind of like tucked away. You kind of have to like go around through the manor a bit. And, you know, everyone's kind of had enough wine where it's like, yeah, fuck it, let's do this, right? Like, if I was kind of drunk, I'd totally be along with like, yeah, let's go find the secret church in the basement. Fuck it. I mean, I got drunk in a funeral home once. Don't ask. So you kind of, Ludovico, you kind of like, you have to feel along the wall and you feel these old runes. They're in a language that like probably only you are aware of existing. And you kind of like press on them and they light up a little bit and just this bookcase just slides aside to this stairway that like torches like light up on the wall, all going all the way down.
And you coming? And I start to descend, I suppose.
You begin descending down into the basement of Lenore's temple. And as you step down into her temple, you see many idols to all sorts of various pagan gods.
Jesus Christo.
Do not utter that name in here, lest you wish to incur the wrath of the art. Shall we?
What art it is?
So, if we want to do, let's get you rolling some dice, folks. If you have the folklore skill, feel education, or incantation, feel free to roll any of those.
Ooh, I have all 3.
I'll give you tell you what, Ludovico, since you have all 3, I'll give you I'll call it an easy check for you, so you can give your base chance a plus 20% because you have all 3 of the skills.
All right.
Let's just
Okay.
do incantation again. Since
Are
that's
there
my
any
best.
situational modifiers that we're adding to this?
What would be like? Okay, give me a reason. Like
Because
in
you
character.
said education was
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
them.
So do you have that skill?
I do.
So you can use it.
Okay.
Do you have like a backstory reason why you know about pagan gods and whatnot?
Yes.
Well, let's hear it.
I
want to hear it.
Gotcha.
A
So.
I am a pagan.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So, being a monk, I imagine that Letta would have been very learned, not only in the current political is really the wrong word because but as political as religion is, and being a learned devotee, knowing and speaking, reading, writing pretty much every language that a
Ooh.
humanoid would know.
All right, yeah, I'll give you the routine. I'll
Um,
give you the plus 10 for the routine. I'm liking this.
Okay, so because I don't know what I'm doing. So when I click on the education, it says add situational modifier. Do I add 10?
Yeah, you do a routine plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah, the Roll20 sheet automatically adds in your training that you have in skills, but the
Okay.
easy, hard type stuff is manual. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
so and I rolled a 9 against a 61. That's good, right?
Yeah, that means you succeeded. This is a D100. We want to roll under our percentages.
Groovy. Okay.
I still have to remember it all the time myself. I'm terrible about remembering it.
That's okay. I read the materials, but you know.
No,
and
that's
practice.
also why I'm getting some rolls in, because a lot of us are new to the system as well. So like,
Perfect.
before I throw you up against like vampires and some of the nastiest monsters the big ass book has to offer, Daniel can attest to this book being a weapon, basically. Like I want you all to be comfortable with the system before I throw you like a Rakshasa at you or something.
Well, I mean, I've got the PDF in front of me, 673 PDF pages. So here we are. Anyway, yeah.
So okay. So who all succeeded? Let's see. Okay, so
I just did because I rolled my exact score.
Oh fuck.
You said an easy roll added 20 to the rating?
Yeah.
Then I succeeded.
So all of you recognize some of these gods. Some of them are like the Sealy Court, like these like really nature things, and they're growing like little toadstools and stuff in this cellar with like a gravel floor in it. You recognize the demon lord Baal from like, you know, one of the old Canaanite gods that's mentioned in the Bible. And Ludovico, you lead the group to this wonderfully obsidian statue of Baphomet. With the goat head, the femme body, and the pose with the crossed legs and everything. And underneath it, it says, Statue of Baphomet, and there's a little inscription under it, obtained from the Order of St. Caliban, in parentheses, unwillingly.
Last time I entered a dungeon like this, had to run away with no pants.
Can you repeat that? You said something about the Order of St. Caliban?
St. Caliban, that is correct. Letta, you've been with the church. You've kind of read a few things, but it always seemed whenever you tried to track it down about the Order of St. Caliban, you always hit a dead end. But it was always something with the Templars and the Crusades where you would read about them.
Gotcha.
The Crusades not being as long ago as it would if we were in present day. But every time you try to go and track down any sources or materials about the Order of St. Caliban, dead ends. You've asked other brothers and sisters of your order, nothing. And you know, usually whenever you ask about it, closed lips, just I never heard of it. So maybe
I
you
just
found the
didn't
right
hear.
place. Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah, so you said there was like a person or a statue to it then?
There's a statue of Baphomet. It's just like that. That was like a note of where Lenore obtained the statue from. Was from them.
Got it.
Sorry to go in a long tirade of character knowledge that you have.
That's okay.
So you're looking at this, all these various gods. If you are of the standard European religion at the time, some form of Christianity, you would be absolutely probably mortified at all of these pagan gods and demons and things.
Funnily enough, this actually explains a lot of what's in her library, which leads me to wonder, what does she have that isn't out available for public perusal?
Probably a lot of things. She's always been an acquisitioner, whatever the word is, a patron of the unusual.
Yes.
Shall we go find out? I've never been down here myself.
Lead the way.
I'll bring up with the rear with the staff in my hand still.
Are there, I mean, I don't know how large it is down here, but are there any books down here?
Just 1 second. Enzo, what you had something?
I was going to be in the rear as well.
Okay.
Clutching my rosemary because I just don't know what is going on.
Yeah, so, you know what? As you dig through this place, I'm going to have y'all take 5 corruption because, well, demons and fake creatures are not something humans are supposed to be gazing upon on a regular basis. So, we'll deal more with the corruption stuff as we get near the end of the session, as it'll like help your character possibly lean more towards chaos. Also, a lot of like the vampirism and stuff gets activated by your corruption score hitting certain thresholds. So
you said 5?
Yeah, 5 corruption points for.
Ooh-wee.
I only take 4.
Can I defend myself by saying he's probably not paying attention to any of this boring shit?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that, Davos. You're too drunk and bored to give a shit.
Did you just call this boring shit? How dare you?
No one is being stabbed or making love, so.
Not yet, anyway.
How crass.
Can I quickly gauge how expensive the quality? Like, can I gauge like what this material is made of? Since I sort of have an eye for prices on most things.
There's a skill for that somewhere. I feel that's gonna fall either under. I would say.
Oh my god.
You're right there.
I'm sorry. Not paying attention to this boring shit really tickled my funny bone. I'm sorry.
Alchemy. Education, I'll take bargain or tradecraft.
Oh, man, of simple pleasures.
Bargain or tradecraft as well. I'll take.
Okay, I will go for bargain then. I rolled a 34. My score is a 40. So
you succeed. Yes. This statue is like made of like pure obsidian. It is very valuable and definitely would fetch a pretty penny on any, demonic black market, like demon worship black market.
Right. I assume most of this is some sort of occult death. So I'm now a little bit more confident in my surroundings, but I'm still scared shitless.
Or the church would probably pay money for you to find this, give it to them, and so they could destroy it. That's something else you'd probably another
done deal. I was also thinking of something along those lines. Okay.
So while I see him appraising the obsidian, I'll kind of lean in and start describing different statues and who they are and like 2 or 3 basic things about what they do. So whether you hear me while you're staring at the obsidian or not is up to you. But and Enzo, you seem to not know what these are.
Senor, I am a simple man. I do not know what any of these idols represent or mean, but I can tell that these fetch a hefty price in some markets.
Well, this one, you see the one with the horns?
Mm-hmm.
Is a minotaur from the Isle of Crete, if I remember correctly.
Get the fuck out of here. A minotaur?
Legends say they were once real.
Do you not know the stories, the mythology?
Oh, I know the stories. I just don't. I they can't be ever. They were never real. They were just stories made up.
All stories have a grain of truth to them.
Ludovico, as they're having their conversation that to you is like, I know all this shit, whatever. That's when you do find like there's this tome under like placed beneath like the statue, and it's kind of that's what it's resting on. That's sitting cross like this bound tome. Really like simple book almost. You can like the binding almost would threaten to fall apart, but like on the cover of it is like this like a minotaur skull, kind of like as Letta's talking about the Minotaur of Crete. Your hand runs over this like brass minotaur skull, you know, and as you touch it, like the eyes glow this like ominous amber color.
Very gingerly and gently, I would like to open the cover.
Okay, yeah,
look into the first pages.
This is definitely a Key of Solomon or a similar grimoire, specifically devoted to the demon lord Morax. Morax is a demon lord, a great earl and president of Hell, having 30 or 32 legions of demons under his command. He teaches astronomy and all other liberal sciences, and gives good and wise familiars that know the virtues of all herbs and precious stones, which would explain the obsidian statue. This profile of the demon can be seen in, I got a book. Sure, it was written like way late. Oh, it is in it's in a few different demon books, so it makes sense. Yeah. If you are one who has read Dante's Inferno, you might believe that he wrote of Morax as the Minotaur in Hell. So this is quite a find to find. This is definitely what Lenore was like saying. Hey, I've got something good for you downstairs. Like this is what she wanted you to find.
Oh, that full-hearted, deceitful bitch. I could kiss her. Oh. And he's gonna like close the cover and just kind of place his hands on the top and like sit there for a moment. He's a little choked up. It's the first time he's felt near the verge of tears in like a few years. These are true treasures, I must tell you. Giovanna, I think you would find this in particular of interest.
I don't know that this is the kind of thing I would take back up to my closet when I go to sleep at night, but I will make some sojourns down to take
Sleep
notes.
in a closet.
I'm sorry, it is what we call a bed chamber for somebody that does not have to share a bed with multiple partners at once.
It's more comfortable than you might think. I'm glad that you found a book that you like, Ludovico, I believe.
See.
Congratulations.
Oh. Thank you. This it means the world to me. This is my life's work, is searching for tomes like these. And to have one in front of me, I could just die.
You won't,
5 minutes
though.
ago.
I mean, we can always make that a reality if you'd like.
The Lord would never allow such a thing. No. But I am
Makes it all the more fun.
grateful for the opportunity to see one of the 6 great works.
One of the 6.
Yes, this is a Key of Solomon. There are 6 of them.
You've only seen one?
This is the first I've seen. People don't get opportunities like this every day.
You can see as many as you like. Taking them with you is another story.
I could not take this out of the church. Are you kidding? That is a jest. This is a treasure of treasures.
I have no interest in this down here, so you may talk amongst yourselves as far as this is concerned.
I agree with the Senora. Well, where are we going in this basement?
Well, you're kind of already in the space. There's really nowhere else to go. It's kind of like It's like a weird collection of idols, but also you would like it's almost as if it's intentional that they would all have books placed under them at some point. Like you see a few loose pages under some of the fey creatures and whatnot. Like Lenore's trying to build this massive library about all these different pagan gods and fey creatures and demons and devils and all sorts of supernatural beings.
Now, here is my question. If she's putting the deities on these sort of pedestals of these books, what does she hope to accomplish by having all of them collected in one place? And is that why she has asked 6 of us to inherit her estate? I wonder.
I would not presume to understand her intentions. La Contessa Eleonora is very wise, though, to keep this so closely guarded and hidden. People have killed for much less.
The Pope would not like to see this, I'm sure.
Not your Pope, no.
I want to make sure nothing goes missing as we leave.
Yeah, I'd take a scrutinize check. As you're leaving, I'll take awareness checks from everyone as well.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Yikes. Well, we'll just roll that again and see what happens.
Oh, no.
I must have tripped over something particularly pointy between that critical failure on my scrutinize and that real high awareness roll. So
yeah, you definitely trip with a clang. There's a clang. You trip on something, loose brick or something.
I succeeded on mine.
All right, Davos.
Same.
Davos and Enzo.
Yes.
Rosella, you always seem to have an ear for the ongoings of the De Toro house. Davos and Enzo, you know the sound of a body thudding against the floor when you hear it. You two are very familiar with that being in your line of work. As you are heading up, and it's like at the top of the stairs, you hear the thunk as like breastplate hits the floor.
And now we shall go to my place of worship. And he takes out his rapier and he walks forward.
Yeah, I pull out my flintlock and my rapier as well.
I have a dagger. That's all I got.
Yep, Dirk.
Nothing fancy. It's okay.
Look, it needs to fit in my little portable pocket that I have.
Yeah.
And before we have you go running up the stairs, we'll jump to break really quick.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for the premiere of Bloody Portrait so far. Stick around. We have action coming right up. Be back soon. everyone, and welcome back to the premiere of Bloody Portrait. Before we jump right into the action, Kate's going to tell us a story about an exorcism. Because demon things have been happening, and it's very relevant.
Demon things. So when I was in high school, weird things started happening in the house that we moved into. I had a sound machine that would turn on by itself. And at the time, I lived with just my mother and my sister. And when I would come home from school, I would hear male voices coming out of my sound machine. And they would be talking to each other. And the first time I heard it, one went, "Are they all gone?" And the other one replied, "No, the big and the little one are gone. The other one is here," meaning me. And then as time went on, things started moving around the house. We had poltergeist activity. And then after my father died, it got even worse. We started seeing black shadows running down our hallway and peeking in through doorways and that kind of thing. And then I started having nightmares. And it turned into nightmares that were so terrible that I only got like 1 hour of sleep a night. And that went on for about 3 weeks. The worst dream that I had was about me going on a ghost hunt, essentially inside this old church. And I was with 2 men, both named Michael, and I got possessed within the dream. And both men named Michael pressed ivory and silver crucifixes to my head and started chanting in Latin. I woke up and my mom decided, okay, well, that's enough. We're going to call a priest. So she called a priest. And he arrived at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning, and he felt the bad energy as soon as he walked in the house, called my mother, who was at the office at the time, saying, "Hey, I need to bless your house. Do I have your permission?" Mom said yes. So he went around blessing the house, blessed my sister's room, which was where most of the demonic activity had happened. And then he looked at me and said, "You have an attachment." I was like, "What?" And so he sat me down. This was like at noon-ish. And he sat me down and started saying prayers. I blacked out, woke up at 3 p.m. after he had already left. And I called my mom. I said, "Hey, when did Keith leave?" And she goes, "Sweetheart, I was on the phone the entire time. You were talking and it was not your voice." I was like, "I haven't been talking. I've been asleep." She goes, No, you were awake. I heard your voice the entire time." "Well, what did I say?" "I'm not going to discuss that with you." And I still, to this day, do not remember or know what I said.
All aboard the Nope train to fuck that.
Yeah. So
Thanks
I
for
got
sharing.
exercised.
Thanks for sharing. It's a very secret rite, so I wish I had more knowledge on it. I was raised Catholic, had a brief, not brief. I had an interest in demonology, and then like the more you learn, like, why aren't they teaching that shit? That made me want to stay in church.
Right?
Anyway, thank you for sharing, Kate. That's takes a little courage, but we talked about it beforehand. You said you were chill with it, so I appreciate it because our viewers were really interested in it, and I was really interested in it.
I told my coworkers this for a scary story competition, and I won.
Well, yeah,
So...
I mean, that's real shit. Like, you're not gonna like. How you top that? Like, I was exercised when I was younger. Like, you don't top that shit.
I went through an exorcism at 22.
I thought you meant that you had been through watch somebody else get exercised or exercised a house. Nope.
Yeah.
Because I've been there, done that. But no, thank you. Nope.
That's not where
the
I was
devil and drank all his wine.
anticipating the story would go. Exactly. So
yeah, a lot of people think that I mean the house when I say I went through an exorcism because they don't think, surely Kate's just so sweet and nice, and there's no, I definitely did have a demonic attachment, and they did have to exorcise it out of me for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're still sane.
Me
that
too.
doesn't always happen.
Yeah.
You seem fairly well adjusted, so
I would like to say I'm moderately well adjusted.
Anyway,
for a millennial.
Anyway, we're gonna go back to exploring fake demons because those are less scary than real ones. So the party, our group, our newly found heirs of the De Toro estate, are rushing up the stairs as they heard a body hit the floor upstairs, and you re-enter this room where you entered it, crawling through the open bookshelf. And there you see her, the guard captain, bleeding out on the floor, bleeding out over the nice rug. And she's like, oh, God, oh. And her armor, there's this slash through the armor that no normal blade should have been able to make unless made forcefully.
I've run over to her and I'm trying to help her out. get it back
Yeah,
together.
I want to be behind like both of them with my pistol out, just looking around to make sure that.
All right, Davos. So you're gonna try and help. Do you have the heal skill at all?
I don't.
Unfortunately, you have no knowledge of medical. Well, this makes sense with the system. Thank you, Zweihander. You don't really have the medical knowledge to help your poor friend out. Davos, is that you?
It is me.
There's invaders in the home. I don't know where they came from.
Well, I will see that whoever is invading this place and whoever has harmed you dies quite painfully. But I need you to stay alive so you can see.
Where's the Senora? Where's Lady Del Toro?
I don't know where Lady Del Toro is, and I fear for her safety at this very moment. Oh.
Do you know this man, Davos?
This woman?
So sorry. I am shitting myself with fear and am blind with panic. Do you know this woman, Davos?
Yes, I know her. She is wonderful, and she is going to have a very long, long life. All right.
Davos, I think it's done for me at this point. Unless we can get me to a barber surgeon soon.
I would like to cast Aegis on this woman.
Okay. So describe your spell for me, because I'm not very well versed, because I play martial classes.
It adds 3 to her damage threshold, and she cannot bleed, and if she's currently bleeding, she isn't anymore.
Okay, go ahead and roll the incantation roll and the chaos dice associated with your spell.
Okay, incantation. What the hell do I roll for this? I don't really know how to play anything.
So it's under willpower. It's one of your skills.
Right. Magic and rituals. It is. Hold on. Sorry.
I'm just imagining him doing that over Davos, kneeling over this bleeding body. Sorry.
Flipping through the book. Okay, hold on. I got it. It's in here somewhere.
Submit. Is that it? Hold on. Oh, no, hold on. I gotta see because there's a thing that I have for these. Just making sure. No, I failed, but it's not a critical failure, which is worse. So
yeah, and you still, Anna, correct me if I'm wrong, that you still roll chaos dice.
So for a generalist spell, which this is, you do not unless you are
right.
channeling your power. If you
That's
channel, you roll chaos dice, and anything above generalist, you
That's
roll
right.
chaos dice. So
that's right. Thank you.
But you do have your fortune tokens. We have a pool of fortune tokens if you want to spend one of those to re-roll.
Oh, how many of those do we have?
It's the amount of players. All of
plus
us
the
plus
GM.
one. Yeah.
So 7.
Yeah.
We have 6 now because I used 1. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll use one of them.
All right, and then I can use those then as misfortune. And then it'll flip back to you because I do the flippy floppy rule because I like that stuff.
Let's try it again.
So chaotic.
Mother.
So you tempt the fates, and unfortunately, your cries and pleas fall on unlistening ears.
Is there anything that anyone here can do? Do we have anyone that's talented in medicine?
I can always try and call the servants to get a doctor, which I will do.
No, she reaches up. No, you'll bring attention to yourselves in here. You don't want to be caught off guard with these foes.
Who are we facing? What did they look like?
They wear dark cloaks. I didn't see any insignias. I would have suspected the patsy, but they wouldn't be that dumb to make a move like this.
Which way did they go?
They headed into the corridor. She points to the door on the end of the room. They headed into that corridor over there.
Ucha.
Didn't get a good look, but please, you have to go help Lady Del Toro. Leave me here. I've served her well.
Would you like me to make it quick?
She has a chance.
He takes out the dagger.
Wait, it's
Sleep.
me.
Sleep well, my love.
Oh my god.
Davos, I'll give you a corruption point for because that's hard to deal with. That's something humans don't like dealing with. So you
He's
put
different. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
so you put the captain out of her suffering, and the party. You stand in this fine-looking room, her blood like just soaked into the rug here, and ready to try and find Lady De Toro in this manner. So you have two doorways. One, you can take the easterly door or the westerly door. The easterly door leads to a closet, is all.
So yeah, after he pulls the dagger out of her heart, he just gives her a kiss on the forehead, and he heads towards the east.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the westerly door and see if there's anything that can be of use in there.
Oh, you're going to the so there's. Did I say east and west? I meant south
Yes.
and east.
Oh,
Jeez.
Sorry.
Pish posh.
Yeah.
Pish posh. All right, right or down?
What are directions?
Semantics.
All right, east is the closet, south is the door into the corridor.
I'm heading east. I'm gonna see if there's anything of use in the closet.
then I'm headed south.
Yeah, I'm headed
Yeah.
south for sure.
All right, so Rosella, you go to the closet door, and as you get closer to it, you swear you can hear like metal just like rhythmically, like making a ting sound, as if it's like a coin being bounced off of something.
I don't like that. And I'll open it.
Inside, you see one of Lady De Toro's guards just shivering and just like shell shocked, like, and he's like holding on to like a sword and just. And as you open the door,
I'll
he's
take
like,
the sword from him and close him back in the door.
"Oh, please wait, no!" And he let out a yelp when you opened the door. So those who awareness checks from those who are going through the southerly door, the downward.
I think
door.
I think I would have followed Rosella here, so I'll be near where you are. Sorry,
see-
I don't want to go with somebody who just stabbed a guard in the heart. Giovanna's a little
Especially
about
the one
that.
who made those comments about like, say, shit happened to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Giovanna can come with me.
yeah, cool, thanks.
I totally didn't hear shit. I'm a man on a mission.
So actually,
So
what's up, Liz?
watching all the weapons leave the potentially non-weaponed women behind, and what appears to be an old man. I'm going to stay in this room, but keep an eye out for the open door.
All right, so I'm gonna set up a little structured time for us here, just so we kind of have some order to this chaos. So don't even bother rolling initiative. We're just gonna. Rosella's over here. We'll call Letta also going after Rosella. Giovanna will go after Letta. We've got the door boys, Enzo and Davos, and then Ludovico. Where are you gonna go?
I would like to go where the weapons are going because I don't want to be stuck here without weapons.
Good.
So I'm going to hide behind the meat shields.
We have names.
Meat
not
Shield
just
1
meat.
and Meat Shield 2.
I was gonna say
going-
Fair
meat and
points.
shield.
Meat and shield. Love
Which
it.
one of you is meat, though?
So
I'll give it to
Both are,
Davos.
just
I
depends
think
on the
Davos
day.
is meat. Yeah,
so
it's a
we're-
double entendre.
So door boys, meat shields and old
ready?
man. Can I get awareness checks from all of you?
Another
Yeah,
one?
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you can, you handsome bastard.
Okay, I made it. 25 and mine is 43. So
Okay.
success.
Hey, I can see everything because
I
I'm
failed by
terrified.
30.
Okay, so Davos and Ludovico, you poke your heads out the door, look down the halls. Nothing there, but you do think you can hear some faint footsteps coming from the room to the east at the end of the hallway. You look out, there's a door across the corridor from you, and you look to the west, there's a door in the corridor that leads towards some servant sections, you believe. And then to the east, there's a door that leads into another room in the back here, and you swear you can hear some footsteps in there, some rummaging of some kind.
All right, so I should mention at this point I have a trait called Seventh Sense,
Okay.
and I can track people by smell.
Okay. Weird, but okay.
When you spend enough time with enough people, you start to learn to tell the difference between them.
Ludovico, do you have anything special? Let's see, actually. Give me an incantation check, Ludovico.
Oh, all right. Throwing some curveballs at me. Fucking hell.
Crit fail.
I failed. No, not crit fail, but bad.
Well, you got the match, so that's what makes it the crit fail.
Oh, double eights.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ludovico, your supernatural senses, they're still very much clouded by whatever the hell happened in the basement. You're not able to sense anything like you normally would be if there's any fuckery afoot, as they say.
Fuckery afoot. I will do this. You know what? Because I'm terrified, I'm just going to skitter or shamble on up to Davos and tap him on the shoulder, and I'd like to invoke fury on him.
Ooh.
Is there something that I can help you with, Ludovico?
No. You do just what you do, and I'll poke you in the chest, and you're gonna feel a warm glow in just a minute here.
A nice warm.
If you feel the warm glow for longer than 4 hours, please consult.
Please consult your barber surgeon.
Come on. No!
Oh, just by 1, 2.
I want to use another fortune point.
Go for it. All right, that's 3 down,
why
4
are you
left.
poking me, old man?
Yes. Yep, there it is. Success.
I have touched you with Cialis of the sword. The person you touch is given a gift of retribution. They may add 1d6 fury die to their next total damage roll with a melee or ranged weapon.
Ooh.
So your boom is big.
I have been told this on many occasions, yes.
Yes, well, go and fuck someone up. I'm gonna sit over here and be old.
Wait, do you smell that? He just starts to walk over.
Are you going into the corridor?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna, before that resolves, we're gonna give the ladies one more turn. Ladies! So you have this guard hiding in the closet who let out like a Homer Scrimson. Ah!
You are a disgrace. And I'll slam the door in his face and walk towards where the guys are headed with the sword.
Well, I guess that's that then. And I will follow, but I'm also pulling out a little booklet of needles that I have with me.
Roll me awareness checks, you 3.
And then I will follow behind them, knowing their swords in front of them, but we don't know what's behind, so kind of keeping an eye behind us.
I failed.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. No,
Damn,
you succeeded.
all of you.
Oh,
3 out of 38, 6 out of 51. Whoa. Those are some results.
Dang.
Oh, shit.
We're so aware.
This time, after I was tripping on stuff in the basement, so here we are.
So Aletta's just like hit like that. Wait, holy shit, stuff's going down. And that's from inside the closet. You hear, and you hear the thud against the door as the you're pretty sure a body just hit the door. Boyos, that's when through one of the doors, it doesn't open, but through one of the doors, this figure cloaked in shadow steps forward to meet Davos head on, face to face. Die! And we're gonna jump into combat here. And Davos, Davos. I'll give you the first turn since you've got a creature in your face.
He's just going to say such uncivilized last words. And he's going to attack.
Go for it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm going to
critical
use a fate
failure
point.
at 100. Oof.
Yeah, I'm going to use my fate point and try that one more time.
Oh, do you want to use a fortune die or the
fortune
fate
die?
point?
Fortune die.
Okay. Fate's a bigger thing. Fate's like
Yeah.
saves you from death.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. So let's try this. Jesus Christ.
So you flourish your rapier and you lunge forward, and this creature just like this person who's supposed to be a person lifts up their hand and slaps your blade aside, and the hand is like pale and unnaturally clawed, and you hear like the metallic ring ping ring out as like your sword is hit to the side.
Well, that is certainly a first. This will
Enzo,
be fun.
this is your turn. You've got a shadow person engaged in melee combat with Davos essentially in the beginning of the corridor, essentially in the doorway. You could also basically create like the offensive line that's gonna hold this invader back.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and move in to attack with my rapier as well.
Go for it.
I am not really good at this. I roll a critical fail.
Oof. Oof. So you run forward. What you said you had a sword out?
Yeah, I had a rapier.
All right. So you also run forward with your rapier, and you go and you bump into Davos, who's still like taken aback by what just happened with his attack being parried, and it makes your attack inaccurate.
Damn it.
Ludovico, it is your turn. So
Okay.
you've got the meat shields in front. What's up?
Real quick, sorry. I would like to use my trait, Salty Dog. So
Okay.
after I make an attack, I can make an opportunity attack.
Yeah, go for it.
Awesome. God, I need to redeem myself. Nope. Still miss.
That's okay. So remember, if you have action points left over, you can use them for like parries, dodges, and
Correct.
other reactions.
Yeah, it
3
doesn't
action
cost-
points to everyone. All right.
Yeah, cool.
Ludovico,
Wait, how many action points are there?
3. It's like 1 to attack, 1 to like do a base, like to do a movement, and then there's a whole list in the compendium that you should be able
Yeah.
to access.
There's a lot of actions you can do. Yeah.
The main thing is 3 action points. Attacking and casting magic are the same thing, so you can't like do both of those at a single time. You can either attack once or cast magic once. And then all the dirty tricks, always good to do those before you attack, because those usually make your attacks better. So it's better to knock somebody down before you stab them instead of stabbing them and then knocking them down.
And then we can
Just
also
like real life.
we can also conserve APs for later turns, right?
Yeah, or what basically when
Yeah.
it's not your turn, you can like use reactions to parry attacks that hit you, or you
Okay.
can use it to like counter spell if you're a caster and
All
stuff.
right,
Yeah.
so I just attack, so that means I have 2 AP.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so if you
Yes.
get like hit, you could use a parry action to basically not take the effects of damage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty, Ludovico, it is your turn.
So I've got this ability that I don't know if it applies here, but
Let's hear.
it's called Menacing Demeanor.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if, because I don't have a weapon, if I can just use my little generalist spells to like make some magical whoosh appear in my hands, but without casting a spell, just kind of intimidate them
Yeah,
and try to scare one away from me.
Yeah, I'll allow it. Yeah,
Sick. Intimidate tests.
that'll
Cool.
be under brawn.
Bully day. This is gonna be terrible. Oh, I put a point in there because I'm a genius. Oh my god, I
Ooh.
succeeded.
There's also an action called Litany of Hatred. Where
Excellent.
basically you just like yell insults at your enemy that are so just terrible that they get peril from.
So, because I succeeded this intimidate test, I inflict 1d10 plus 1 mental peril.
Yes.
I'm just gonna roll that on a die here. 5 mental plus 1, so 6 mental peril.
So I'll reference
on-
my peril threshold, and if it's enough, it would surpass it. So as you're hurling insults at this creature, Ludovico, you notice like normal men would have cowered before your magic.
Sick.
These are no mortal men.
Oh. Yeah, so I will Yeah, just in nomine de Satana, and just if it fails, it fails. But that's all I can do, and then I'm gonna run and like try to get away.
All right.
Hide.
All right, so the invaders are up. Davos, you're going to exchange attacks with the
Let's go.
invader in front of you.
So do I roll attack?
No, you're being attacked right now.
Okay, cool.
So they're going to hit you.
Mhm.
So this is when you can use an action to parry if you want.
Yes, I'm going to do that.
Okay, and then you should have like a parry. It should be under your combat. Yeah.
And I
Ooh,
succeeded.
crit! I'll let you get a free attack in with the crit on that.
All right, so basically, I'm guessing the claw comes down.
Yep.
He finesses it, moves the head to the side, and goes to slit its throat.
Okay, yeah, make an attack action then.
Yep, here we go.
48. All right, roll your damage. Remember, you have that spell in effect, so 2d6 plus you're using a rapier. I believe you'll add your agility bonus.
Okay, so 2d6.
And then 6s explode, so you'll roll another d6 for the 6 you rolled in that damage. Okay, so 12 plus what is your agility bonus?
4.
4. So 16.
Yep.
So
That's gonna be bad.
So you go and you slash the creature, but your blade just goes right through it, and like wisps of shadow go spreading almost from its neck where you would have killed it, but it just
like he does that thing where like he goes and he slit the thing's throat, and he knows that his blade went where it was supposed to, so he ends in a flourish and a pose, like not even looking at the thing, and then he hears it growl and he's like, okay, well, this is going to be a new dance of death then.
So, Letta, you notice as that body thump hits, then the door comes crashing open, the body hits the floor, and this person who looks like they're cloaked in shadows lunges towards you in an attempt to tackle you. Give me a contesting... It's going to be probably brawn. Give me a contesting brawn athletics roll. And because you were able to tell that something was up, I will give you a routine plus 10% to your chance to dodge this.
Hell yeah.
Okay. And I cannot be stunned or knocked out because I'm immune to the effects of intimidate.
So the creature attempts to bowl you over, but you're able to, you sidestep it, and it whips around, and it sends like one of these clawed hands towards you as it whips around. And it is going to miss that attack as you deftly block it with your staff in hand. You just, and like you just hear this claw just hit the wood of your staff. And with that, the invaders' turns are over. Rosella, it is your turn.
All right. Sorry, paint a picture for me, Doge.
Sure.
Where are the baddies?
So you have one. So Davos and Enzo are going into the corridor near the southern door. They're engaged with one of these baddies. And Letta just had one just lunge at her from out inside the closet. That thing shouldn't even be there in the first place.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for one that's going after Letta.
Yeah, go for it. What kind of attack you making?
I'm gonna attack with the sword I just stole from the guard.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
The disappointment of a guard.
Yeah. I rolled a 1. So
you will hit. Roll damage.
I think on a critical success, you get an extra d6 fury die, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. You are correct.
So, and your 6s will explode should you roll them.
17?
So you run forward with this blade and you just and you go to slice it, and you're sure you would have just taken this person's arm off, and just the sword goes through it, and shadow just Red Seas, Moses at the Red Sea splits and then reforms around the silhouette of this person as they're just like
You've got to be kidding me. and I'll step back.
Letta, it is your turn.
Okay, so it tried to eat me, so we're going to smack it with the staff, even though I don't think that's going to do anything because it just avoided a sword.
You can try.
And
Or think of other solutions if you wish.
Oh boy. I don't currently have anything. So, being surprised and attacked, I'm going to smack it with a staff and think something better. Did that work?
84 out of 52, that will miss.
That does certainly does. How does moving away from baddies work in this particular combat system?
So you are engaged with this foe. You'd spend an action point to move away, but they will get the opportunity attack stuff still applies if they have action points they can use.
And how many action points do I have?
You used 1 to make your attack. You have 2 left, but you also can bank those between turns.
Okay, if you want to move out of the way and avoid an opportunity attack, you can maneuver, but it uses your 2 remaining AP. So basically you get to move out of the way without provoking attacks for an extra AP.
Got it. Okay, then I'm going to stand my ground and just be ready to not be hit again. Hopefully.
All right. Giovanna, it is your turn. All hell is breaking loose. These shadowy humans are attacking you with their unnaturally clawed hands. And you know there is a creature underneath these shadow cloaks. As you've seen, they're like pale, almost like glistening, mucus-covered flesh peek out when they go to reach out with their claws at you.
No, not in my house. How many of them are there?
There's 2. 2 of them are engaged with the mute shields on the southerly door leading into the corridor. One is over by the leapt out of the closet near Letta and Rosella near the back of the room.
I'm going to use a litany of hatred against the 2 that are engaged with the meat shields, and I'm going to shout out, I do not know by what power you have come here, but you cannot stay. And I'm going to try and litany of hatred with an intimidate test.
Go for it.
Foes equal to fellowship bonus, which is 2, suffer -1 damage and peril threshold if it works.
Yeah.
And it works! Yay!
As you're shouting this litany of hatred at them, again, mortal men would have cowered before you. You're used to telling guys off all the time. You've done it many times before. You know when it works. It should have worked. But it didn't. These creatures just kind of, you hear them just like growl, this low, just guttural from below their shadowy hoods.
Fine. Then let's see if you'll listen to this. And she'll pull out one of the little needles from the little packet that she's holding onto and just stab it into the meat of the hand near where the thumb and the forefinger connect. And I'd like to cast Pinprick.
Go for it.
So I roll incantation to see if this works. I'm gonna channel, because screw it. I don't like these things and I don't want them in my house. Oh no, it was the critical failure.
No. Oh no, oh no.
I can't even re-roll that because it's a crit fail. I just hurt myself and now I'm bleeding and I'm gonna hold on to my last AP to parry.
All right.
If I need to.
And you're
that
bleeding.
Sucks. That would have been so cool if it worked.
Ouch. Davos, it is your...
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. My body is racked with pain, lightning tracing through my bones. I suffer 1d10 plus willpower bonus in physical peril.
You want me to roll that or you want to roll that?
Why don't you do it? So it's a d10 plus 4.
Yeah, that's going to be 8 peril for you there.
Ugh. All right, I am officially imperiled.
So you are going to miss out on them skill bonuses.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. That's okay.
Yeah, imperiled, and then the next one will be ignore 1 skill rank. But yeah, I'm shooken up a little bit. That sucks. Okay.
What in God's name?
All right, Javos. It is
so you all just literally saw me stab myself, and then the like X-ray electrocution lightning bolt thing happened to me. So it looks like I just hurt myself.
So when you hear Giovanna yell out in pain, you see like these this fanged jaw. You don't see the rest of the face. You only see this lower pale jaw and this long tongue just lick the lips around these fangs as the blood leaves Giovanna's body.
Who are you people?
Davos, it is your turn.
I am going to. I've got 4 AP now, right? Because I had 1 left over from last round.
No,
Is
you'll
that how
reset
that
at
works?
3. You just
Okay,
you
it
hold on
resets.
to
Okay,
them.
I just want to check. All right. I am going to. God, he's just on the ground there. He's going to look over at Enzo and go, Enzo, you grab Giovanna, and I'll take care of this one. Yeah.
See,
He just bows and then he lunges towards the creature for another attack.
Go for it.
I'm like actually nervous. All right.
You hit. Roll for damage, my friend.
That's what, 2d6?
1d6 this time, because I
1d6,
believe the
okay.
fury thing has been 2 plus AB.
So that's going to be 6.
So again, your blade should find purchase, but just through shadow, and it's just. You think you can hurt us?
No, my friend. I think that I can kill you. And I'm going to attack again.
You cannot make 2 attacks in the
balls.
Zweihander.
Okay.
Unfortunately. No, it's okay.
All right. Just give me just a second because I have the sheet here for things that I can do.
Yeah, and all players feel free ask about the environment. Be like, hey, is there an X here? Is there this? Helps. You can help set the scene with me here. Feel free.
All right, I am going to use inspiring words.
Okay.
And so once during a round, you may attempt a leadership test depending on where you are on the damage condition track. The difficulty rating of the leadership test eases or gets worse. I am unharmed.
Yes, so you'll be fine.
All right. So if successful, a number of allies equal to my fellowship who can clearly see and hear me are immediately inspired. And you get +1 to your damage and peril threshold. Ooh. So he is going to say, no, my friend, I think that I can kill you. And I think that me and everyone in this house are going to be just fine and live very long lives. Isn't that right, Enzo? And that's just going to be him trying to cheer everybody up.
Make your leadership test.
Okay. Watch, I fail this.
You did, unfortunately. Your friends don't know you well enough to know your sense of humor yet, unfortunately. So the words aren't working.
Damn. Well, I tried.
Enzo, it is your turn. You are currently engaged in melee combat with one of these shadowy assassins.
Correct. Is Giovanna near me?
Giovanna's back more in the room. You'd have to disengage the enemy.
Okay. Then I will go ahead and use maneuver.
Yep.
2 AP. And then I will also, I guess, is there a table, anything that I can push over for cover?
Yes, there totally is in this room.
Perfect. I would like to go to one nearby.
Yep.
And take cover.
Yeah, you can do so. You knock the table over, shit goes flying, a candle goes flying off the table, and Giovanna, give me an awareness test as this candle is going flying off as the table's getting flipped over. Enzo's taking cover, doing very much the soldiery thing to do.
And I want to yell out to Davos, "Pistola! Pistola!"
Okay, awareness.
Oh man!
Unfortunately,
failed.
In all the chaos, you failed to notice something. There was something that you would have noticed, but you failed to notice it.
I mean, I did just electrocute myself, so it's okay.
So, Enzo, I believe you used all your action points, and Ludovico, it is back up to you.
I will scramble on the floor on all fours, quickly over to Davos again.
Yeah.
And I will whisper as quietly as I can, "Et nomine di Satana," and touch him again on the ankle and give him another invoke fury.
Go for it.
Get out of here, Ludovico.
Enough with this occulta.
Where's incantation? There you are. Try it again, baby. Oh, fuck off.
Ooh. Yeah, you still got fortune points.
I don't want to use them all.
How many do we
though.
have left? We have like 3?
3
Two?
left, but I
We
still,
have
if I
3.
use mine, you'll get more
Right.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll save that sucker.
Okay, because I can't have him dying, because that would be bad. I'm going to use one, I guess. I'm sorry.
This is Zweihander, man.
I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck off. You put me at a 62 over 61, you fucking asshole machine. It just fails, though. Hooray.
Ludovico, you must get out of here. I'm in the middle of something.
Ludovico, you feel as if the presence of these dark creatures is affecting your magic almost.
I'm
Anything
rolling my
else?
physical diet. They're doing so much better.
I'm gonna like on all fours turn around again and like crawl back to where I was hiding.
There you go.
Such a strange man. But anyway.
All right, Davos, you are going to be attacked, my friend.
All right. I will parry.
You have not been hit. The creature misses.
Oh.
And Letta, you're going to be attacked by the creature now. And it's going to miss. It's going to just whiff, just over your head with one of the claws. And then it's actually then I'm going to burn one of my misfortune points.
Just to be extra when it swipes at me, Davos is going to full on do a backflip.
You got it. And it'll still miss you, Letta, despite rolling the fortune. So you are lucky this time. Rosella,
Does that mean
it
we
is your
get
turn.
another fortune on our pool?
Yep, you guys
Yeah,
get another
so-
fortune back.
It's 2 Doge for players at this point.
Such power, much fortune. Wow.
Rosella, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, this is rather disconcerting. I don't like this. I'm going to. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go for the
You're gonna
head with my sword because maybe the hitting the arm didn't work, but maybe the head will work.
Okay.
Because surely
So-
this is a mortal creature.
You can actually, if you want to, do a called shot, which costs 2 AP, and it means that they cannot dodge or parry the attack. That is also an option.
Let's do a called shot.
All right.
Okay.
Let me roll. How do numbers work? Oh, yes. Okay. I rolled under. Yeah, 6.
There you go. So you hit.
Ha. In the head.
All right, roll your damage. Your 1d6 fury dice plus your, if you're using the regular sword, just a combat bonus.
Yep. 7.
So you think you would find purchase. It's like, okay, die thing, die. And your sword just goes through it again. And it leans out its mouth, like with the fangs and the tongue, like the venom carnage tongue just.
Can I stab it in the mouth?
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No. I'm mad.
Letta,
I
it
would
is
like to
your-
throw the sword on the ground in anger.
Ugh. Letta, it is your
Okay.
turn.
So, after your swing at their head and or neck misses, even though Letta feels like it should have purchase, she starts patting down all her pockets, looking for the right thing. And finally making purchase with what she's looking for, she pulls out one holy symbol. And this one
Ooh.
happens to be a cross.
Okay.
Made of silver, if you'll let me.
I'll
Or
let
if
it happen. You're a monk. You're a religious person. You would have
Yeah.
religious artifact or like
Yeah.
paraphernalia on you.
So
Okay.
you may or not have seen other symbols be thrown on the ground as they were pulled out, not the right thing I was looking for. But this one is a cross made of silver that I am going to try and stab, not necessarily to impale, but stab to stab on anything that looks like it might be skin.
Do you have a? Do you have any? I'm not aware of the monks.
That's
stuff.
okay.
Do you have any magic stuff, or is it all just solely?
No, it's all stab, and knowledge.
All right, yeah. You know what?
So
I'll
I've
let
got
you,
simple melee.
Yeah, I'll let you take a simple melee with it to try and like eat crucifix.
Yeah, pretty much.
The power of Christ compels you.
Okay, then I think that'll be the same rolls as the staff, but
Yeah,
it's not gonna like damage.
It'll be
really.
different damage. We'll handle damage when we get there.
Okay, perfect. So it's a 6 out of 52.
So you run up to the creature, you grab the shadow hood, and you rip it back, and there's just this unnatural, inhuman face with like bat-like features looking at you, just and these big, large ears fan out, and this flat and widened nose like snarls, and you shove the cross into its face, and it begins burning like this bright, like blue light around where you're putting the cross on its forehead. Roll 2d10s for me, please.
Ooh, yikes. Okay. I can just roll real d10s
Yeah.
and not fight with the machine, but then I'd have to find 2 d10s. What am I doing? There's so much happening. Okay.
If you have the D100, you basically have 2d10 set up too, which is the beauty.
Yeah, I don't have a d100 on me, but I have very pretty holy looking dice at the moment.
Ooh, there we
go. So this will work, right?
Yes.
All right. Alrighty, so that is 59, I believe.
So when you do it, this creature just turns in, like the shadow cloak begins to just billow away into the darkness, and you see this emaciated, just like it's pale gray, mucus covered body with these inhuman proportions in the claws and the legs. It's just, and it just turns into ash as its bones crash to the ground after you just basically holy retributioned its ass back into the grave.
Okay, then I'm going to, so that was 1 AP to stab it with something, right?
Also, can I get a resolve test from like everyone who just fucking witnessed that?
Because I have dots in resolve. I'll take that. Do I get anything, or is this just a...
It's just a standard test.
Yes, okay. I made it.
Oh,
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Can't roll under an 80 tonight, apparently, which is bad for Zweihander.
Would I have seen that, or am I still engaged?
You're
with my
engaged
guy?
in combat. I think it'd be reasonable enough to say you're pretty decently distracted right now.
I'm a little bit busy. You're preoccupied.
So, those who succeeded, you steel yourselves against what would be mind annihilating to the average Catholic choir school boy. Those who failed, you've never seen such an hideous and unnatural creature. You take 19 peril from the fear as your mind is annihilated by viewing this eldritch creature.
oh, that's fucked up.
Okay.
So I feel like that's more than 1 peril level for a few people.
Yeah, that's 3 for me.
That's
So
4
I'm
for
at
me.
I'm at ignore 3 skill ranks right now.
Same.
Well, I don't know what any of that means, but thankfully I succeeded, so we'll figure that out.
So
later.
peril in this system is essentially like a way of mechanically measuring how much stress your character is under due to various circumstances during combat, and you don't want to stack up peril because you'll lose skill bonuses to your rolls if you do.
Okay.
Or it'll eventually make you unconscious, and
Yeah, you become incapacitated.
like it's like Frozen with Fear, the shell shock type thing, kind of like how the guard was
Mhm.
cowering in the closet.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the thing about peril in Zweihander too is that it doesn't just go away that easily. You have to sleep a lot or do a lot of drugs
Yeah,
to
or get
make
like
it go away.
or get like essentially fantasy lobotomized.
Yes, fantasy eldritch surgery is also a very dangerous, very expensive option.
And good luck finding one in such a Catholic city.
Okay, so I thought
That's
that
hot.
the indifferent talent was just gonna be a joke, but it's actually useful.
It is.
Yes,
Everything
it's very
is.
useful.
That's what I love about
Be
this
jaded.
game.
Yeah.
Everything is super useful, one way or another.
I was just like, I don't see this being a thing. Oh, it's a thing. Okay, cool.
So Letta, did you want to do anything else after, I don't know, like destroying this unholy creature?
I sure do. With the level of resolve that I have, I want to go ahead and mirror Davos and yell inspiring words that are
Yeah.
just, and I'm sure I have to roll for something, but just yelling basically, use your holy, use your holy symbols! Smack.
Oh,
Smack
you've
thing.
got to be absolutely fucking kidding me.
So make that leadership roll.
Okay, leadership roll. That one's going to be under willpower? No,
Fellowship.
fellowship.
That's like your charisma, your people stat.
Yeah, I don't have anything extra in that, so we're just going to submit it at 0.
Wow.
Holy.
Okay.
All right. So I'll give everyone a plus 1d6 fury dice next time you deal damage.
Oh my
Because,
god.
Pass some of those good rolls my way, please.
So watching, like,
This will never happen again. This
So-
will never happen
so
again.
watching Letta just absolutely destroy this like shadow creature isn't just like fuck yeah, you are inspired, everyone.
So I think that adds everyone gets an extra damage and peril threshold as well that they can use the next time they need to roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would have had +1 from Davos before.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
Davos has failed.
Yeah,
is the
I
issue.
failed.
Oh, never mind. Well, now you have a +1 to damage and peril thresholds from me. And I guess a fury dice?
Yeah, you'll get a fury
Yep.
dice of damage too, because I'm
Gee.
being generous.
So those, when you use inspiring words, does it work for yourself too, or just everyone else?
I believe it's just your friends, not yourself.
Okay. Just wanted to make
As,
sure.
as cool as it was to kill the vampire creature, unfortunately. But Giovanna, it is your turn. This creature laying in a pile of dust and bones, and like the shadows are still kind of wisping in, like, and it's like it's not like clouds that hover. It like they just kind of retract into the shadows of the room.
Well, as much as I do love me some dark demonic stuff, I do also actually have a holy symbol,
Nice.
which I'm gonna flavor that it is a rosary that's made out of some blown glass. So I'm basically
Ooh.
gonna try and like run up to the shadow demon thing and try and garrote it with my rosary, and that'll just be my attack thing.
Yeah,
So,
make your attack.
yeah, let's go ahead and do that's a simple melee.
That's tough. That's super tough.
Yeah.
It's the most Italian way of killing a vampire.
It's so
Well,
hard.
also, like,
So hard.
yeah, and the garrote is my favorite weapon in the system too. So like any
Oh,
chance I
it's
get
so
for a
good.
garrote, I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna make my rosemary to a garrote now. That's
No,
hard.
we're gonna use a fortune point because
Nope.
fuck that.
Damn.
No, it's a critical fail.
So when you go to
Oh.
garrote it, it like just flows through you and then grabs you from behind.
Ah!
So like passes through you like a ghost.
Is this the one that I'm fighting?
Yes.
Oh.
Can I take an opportunity attack?
You can. But if you miss, you will hit Giovanna.
With your fury dice.
With them extra fury dice. And
Do
this
it.
is what, but I'm giving you this tough choice because Zweihander is a system of choices and consequences.
Yes.
So am I still, how far away was I and the one thing
If you wanted to like move, you could move to it with an action point if that's what you're asking.
because I have one action point left, so I was seeing if I could assist Giovanna.
You would not have enough action points to assist Giovanna.
Okay, because it just says varies.
Yeah, it's
So
open
All
to
right,
interpretation.
we got fortune dice, right?
You got two
Yes.
left, my
We
friend.
All
have
right,
two.
fuck it, we're doing this.
All right.
We're just like,
Uh,
getting stabbed by a shadow monster.
What'd you get?
Oh,
Three.
shit.
3 out of 62. All right, roll
So as
damage.
soon as it appears and grabs her, there is a sword going through its forehead.
All right, roll damage
I
with
was not done with you.
the extra 1d6 for that bonus from your inspired words.
Oh. And so that's going to be plus 4, 11.
So your sword you find purchase in the creature's head, but your sword just goes through it as you just hear it.
Does it release his grip on her at least?
No, unfortunately, it does not.
Shit.
Giovanna, that is your unfortunate turn. Davos, you're up again.
Yeah. And I'll just like gasp out, it's gotta be something holy.
That is the antithesis of everything that I am. But okay. He's going to like do just a quick look around to see if there's anything.
You could
I
probably
mean,
find
there
like
is the rosary that was in my hand. Like, I'm still holding that. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know what this is up to GM's discretion.
All right.
He
hear
is
it.
going to snatch the rosary from her hand, put the cross on this thing's forehead, and then I would like to make an attack to stab.
Yeah, we'll just make it one whole attack action. How about
Okay.
it? We'll just make it all one roll under your attack roll. Fuck it.
Hell yeah. So here we go. I'm gonna use the fortune die.
That's when.
All right, you got one left.
Fuck me! God damn it!
So you go to make your attack, and the creature just disappears and appears on the other side of Giovanna while holding her.
I know what I should have done, and I forgot to do it.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
God, it's too late now. Fuck. All right,
Enzo, you're crouched behind this table, taking cover, pistolero at the ready.
I there is one thing that I would like to do.
All right.
And I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but I would like to, would trying to get Giovanna away from this creature count as a disarm check?
Yeah, I would have allowed it as an attack action, but since you've made it, you haven't made the attack with your turn, have you? No, you did.
Yeah, no, I attacked with my turn, but
I'll
was
make
reading.
You'll
This
have
is
to
a
wait till
perilous
next
stunt.
turn.
Oh, okay. Curses.
All right, Enzo, you're up. Pistol at the ready to shoot.
Yeah, I will. Jeez. Enzo is getting shitless right now. This is crazy. I will go ahead and call shot with my pistol at the head because I don't know anything better to do.
Yeah, go ahead, go for it, shoot it.
What's the assigned challenge rating for it?
If you're gonna try and avoid hitting Giovanna, we're gonna make that we're gonna call that like hard for ya. So my minus 20%. What's up, Noir?
I'd like to take the assist reaction.
Yeah. Okay, we'll make it then a minus 10% instead.
And the assist is, it has to be holy, I guess.
I make the
whatever
Holy
you
Trinity
do, it has
as
to be holy.
In the name of the Padre, Hermano.
The Holy Spirit, though, whatever. Yeah. Okay,
I don't know how to say that one in Spanish.
Nope, not right now. So I need a 40 or less. 38. Oof.
Woo! All right, roll damage.
So 2d6 now with the Fury die.
Yep.
All right, so 3 and a 6 on my Fury die.
Okay. So that explodes then.
Into a 3.
Okay. Once you have the total for me, let's hear it.
So that is 12 altogether.
So you think it would be the holy stuff. Your gun goes off and your bullet finds purchase. You see like this black blood comes spurting out. It's because when you the flare of the light from your gun causes the cloak to billow away and allows you to shoot the flesh of the creature. The light from your gun's flare allows you to find purchase, you notice. Thank you, Raven, for the raid, everyone. Welcome, Raven, to the first premiere episode of Bloody Portrait. Enzo has just found purchase in this shadow creature, and you've dealt a wound to it. You've dealt some wounding to it. So you dealt damage, basically.
Yes.
So anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I will, No, I will continue to take cover. Actually, no, hold on. I think I have to reload.
Yeah, reloading is an action.
I will reload.
Okay. Ludovico, it is your turn.
I push off the wall and slide on the belly of my robe.
Yes.
Over to I just kind of like swan dive over across the floor, and I just kind of glide. I imagine the floors here are like marble.
Yeah, it's like nice and slick for you.
Gliding easily. And I want to, on my way by, I want to grab the ankle of the creature on Giovanna's back and try to like yank it off.
Yeah, sure.
I can't do fuck all else.
You can't cast any. You can cast spells.
I mean, I could cast spells, but none that are useful right now.
Shit, what spells do you know?
Vow of Fealty, Aegis, and Invoke Fury.
Ooh, okay,
I can make Noir angry, or I can protect myself, and the other one requires a willing participant. So.
All right, yeah, I'll let you.
I'm a yank.
We'll make this an athletics test.
Let's roll it. I fucking succeed.
So you yank this creature off of Giovanna. You're like, no, and you pull it off, and it's just like.
Would this allow me to take an attack of opportunity?
Giovanna is between you and the creature at this point, so unfortunately no. But it is pulled off of Giovanna, which is good, because things were not going to be good if it was not. And
I struggle with this creature on the ground.
So now you're struggling with the creature on the ground, and it's going to want to attack you now, Ludovico.
Oh, it's his turn now.
Yeah.
Shit.
And that's a 1.
Woo!
And you see these fangs come out. The tongue wraps around your neck, and it bites into your neck. Can you roll me a resolve test, please?
Resolve.
Or toughness test.
Where's
Since I have 1 AP left, could I do assist again by any chance?
I'll let you try and assist. Sure. What are you trying to do?
Can I pull out my gun and like poke at it or something? I just don't want him to die. I'm trying to save everybody.
Ludovico, you're going to take.
Oh god damn, dude!
You are going to take, with that failure, 16 points of damage.
Where do I have? Is that the peril threshold?
This is your damage threshold you're going to be referencing here, which is probably not so great.
It is under your talents and trappings in the top right.
Damage threshold.
So the big number is the first level that you would go down, and then the other following ones,
or the additional wounds you would take.
Yeah, would be.
I don't have talents and trappings, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to talents and trappings and then scroll down to where it says defenses in the top right, under dodge and parry, you'll see damage threshold.
Oh, okay, that's not so bad then.
So you took what, 16?
16.
Yeah.
How many levels of your threshold does
3.
that
Ooh, so you're gonna take. You're gonna be seriously wounded by that attack. Time for me to reference the GM's guide here.
Yeah,
because you're gonna get an injury.
You roll 3d6, and if any of those roll a 6, you roll on the serious injuries table.
That's why you take cover.
Which is bad.
It's gonna be a bad time.
That sucks.
So,
Also, what's your
I can't
corruption
get seriously injured.
What's your corruption score at? I need to know.
5.
Okay.
3d6.
3d6, and if any of them are 6s, then you roll in the serious injuries. Oh,
One of
there's
them
one.
is a 6.
Give me
There's
a
one.
D100, my friend.
Oof. Oof.
What did I miss?
I'm super dead.
That vampire didn't miss a thing. You're gonna close your eyes.
You're gonna
fall asleep. Cause he kissed you, baby. And he didn't miss a thing.
No.
And he didn't miss a fang. Is that what you said?
What'd you get? I don't have the window up.
Don't you worry about a thing.
I don't know. I rolled 1 6.
Oh, you
Do I
roll a
roll?
D100
D100
now.
for me, my
yeah.
friend.
Oh, all right.
To randomly determine what horrific serious injury you have.
Hey, oh shit! I didn't.
Let's figure it out, y'all. We're doing this together. So 21. Wait, yeah, 21.
All right.
I'm impotent. Tell me I'm just like
Until fully recuperated, anytime you fail
Things
a
that an old
skill
man
test
can't
that
use
relies on brawn or agility, you suffer 2d10 plus 2 physical peril. You are weakened.
so
Ouch.
anytime I do a skill that requires brawn, I take 2d10.
If you fail it.
Okay. Ooh.
So it's like you throw your back out and
Yeah.
then you try
How
to lift
appropriate.
something really heavy and you're just like, ah.
So, like,
2d10.
as these
Oh.
fangs seep into you, you can just feel like what little strength you have left in your venerable seneschal age leaving your body.
Oh, Satanica, that hurts. Fucking get off me.
Ugh, they taste better when they're afraid. Roselle, it is your turn.
Well, now I'm just pissed. Where's Giovanna's rosary?
It is right now on the end of Davos's sword.
I'm gonna take it
So you're gonna run over there, grab the rosary.
and run back to this fucker that has its fangs inside Ludovico.
All right, attempt to garrow it.
No, I'm actually going to press the rosary to its forehead, and I am going to say the following. Domine Jesu, dimite nobis debita nostra, salva nos ab igne infiori, per due in carlum omnes animas, per istrum eras, quae miscordiae tuae maximum indignant.
Roll your simple attack, and it'll respond to what you just said.
Oye, Dios mío.
Ludovico bursts into flames.
Otherwise known as the Fatima prayer. That is a 35 underneath the 43.
So you do hit it. You roll me 2d10.
By the way, that
Damage.
the prayer translates to, "Oh my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy."
I hope to God I go next because I have a cool ass addition to
Uh,
this.
9 points.
All right. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, you do so it burns. It leaves this like glowing brand on its head, and just your god is dead to me.
Okay.
And so it is hurting a little bit, and it is now unless you have anything else you want to do.
Nope.
Letta, is your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pat my pockets again and see if I can find any more holy symbols to give these heathens. And so I come up with one more that is just let's see. They're not rosary beads. I'm gonna come up with a small pocket Bible that
Okay.
may have been blessed at some point, may not have. I don't remember. And I'm going to throw that at Davos and then go after whichever closest baddie there is with
There's just the one
Silver
that's
Cross in my hand.
yeah, the one that's like was biting Ludovico.
Perfect. We're gonna go do the same thing. He's busy. Straight into the face, neck, and or other exposed areas.
Make your
yes.
roll.
So we'll roll the same thing that I did last time with no modifiers. Oh boy. Well, That didn't do the thing.
So you go to do it, and it just leaps up and just pins you to the ground.
Okay, cool. Then okay. So that was one action point to stab it. Did I take any action points to throw stuff at Davos?
To move to the creature, yes, and I would have said yes to the. You would have used all
Okay.
your action points at this point. I would wager.
Well, the
Okay.
thing jumped at Letta. Is that
Yeah, from the critical
for-
fail, basically, as a
Is
reaction.
that means for an opportunity attack?
You haven't moved yet. You need to like get to the creature. Once you do, then
Gotcha.
yes.
Then that would be my turn.
Giovanna, it is your turn. You this creature is just wreaking havoc.
Which one of my allies am I closest to? Am I closest to Enzo or Davos at this point?
Davos at this point.
Davos. Okay, I am going to reach out with one hand on the sort of like heel of my shoe, and then one hand to just like touch, like his leg or whatever, because I'm still lying on the ground. And I'm gonna make an incantation test and just go, fleet of foot, strong of limb, and I'm going to cast what is this called? Hasten speed.
Ooh.
So
Like, as she reaches for it, he's just gonna go time and a place.
Oh my god.
You haven't seen what this can do yet.
Time and a place.
Yes, I finally succeeded at something. Awesome. So what happens is you increase your combat movement and initiative by 3 for the next 7 minutes. So you fast.
You fast,
You can
boy.
do things really quick right
Already
now.
a fast boy, but I like this.
Yeah, and then I will use the rest of my AP to get up and go get behind the cover of that table.
Sounds good.
Like, just sort of like crawl on my stomach away from where the monster is that's trying to eat me. And
Sounds
that's my
good.
turn.
Davos, you're up. I'll give you a plus 20% for being extra fast.
All right, he's actually gonna put away his rapier and pull out his flintlock, having seen what Enzo's did, and he's got this holy symbol in his hand now, and he's just going to walk over to the creature that's on Letta and put the holy symbol on his hand and go, "Our Father." Like, bam, just shoot it. I would like to take aim first.
Okay, yeah. So use the 2 action points to take aim.
Yep.
Taking aim. It's somewhere.
So take aim is different from called shot. Take aim allows you to add a 10 base chance. Called shot just means they can't dodge or parry.
So you can just make your attack plus 30% at this point.
Yep.
So
yeah.
So here we go. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. Please don't fuck up. This is martial ranged.
Oh man. Excellent.
Oh yeah, you hit. Yeah, roll your damage, my friend.
And that's what, 2d6?
Yep, plus combat bonus.
And a fury dice unless you've used it.
I have not.
That's where that extra d6 is coming from.
Oh,
wait.
okay.
Oh,
that's
never
the
mind.
2.
Okay, there we go. A 6 and a 1. Awesome.
So you re-roll the 6. Or not re-roll, you add another d6.
12 plus yes, I would be using agility for that. So that's another 4. So 16.
All right. Davos, your pistol shot rips through the creature, and it just and it's like spurting out this black blood, fangs, tongue, and it just the shadow cloak leaves its pale body as it slumps with this bat human form to the ground on top of Letta. Who did it just tackle? Yeah, it did just tackle Letta. Letta, you have this dead creature on top of you now.
Can I use my last action point to, as it's falling, just kind of offer Letta a hand so it doesn't slump on her?
Sure. Letta, do you take Davos's hand?
This time.
This time. So you've killed the creatures, and you stand victorious over these vampiric, shadowy creatures. But what next?
Oh,
Well,
Dios está con nosotros.
certainly a challenge, I must say.
Is everyone alive?
Call this standing in victory, sure.
I'll give Giovanna her rosary back.
I want to go and just unveil these creatures to get a good look at them.
Well, the one's just a pile of
Yes.
bone and dust.
Oh.
The other one you can get a good look at. It's like it got this like mixture of like human and bat features. The face is very bat-like, with like the flat nose, the big ears, fangs, long tongue, and there's just blood all over its mouth from when it feasted on Ludovico.
What in the world is this thing?
Some sorts of abomination of a human.
Something from the basement, maybe?
I just load my flintlock.
Did anybody get bitten by it?
Did anyone get bitten?
Busted caps.
Yeah.
Dude, it takes
Hey,
3
dude.
AP to reload that thing, man.
That's
I'm
how hard I
gonna
shot.
let me just double check what all of my things do.
Non voglio chiudere gli occhi, non voglio addormentare. Which
So,
loosely translates to, I don't want to close my eyes. I
oh,
don't want to fall asleep.
Oh,
So-
oh
anyway, it is starting to get late on this wonderful vampire-filled eve. I think this is a good place to call it because Lenore's fate is
Uncertain.
uncertain. So thank you
Oh,
everyone for
Lenore.
joining us
Oh no.
for this premiere of our Zweihander campaign. Just in time for spooky season, Bloody Portrait. I've been your Doge, the Game Master, Alex, Mr. Puddins. That's where you can find me online. We're going to go around, plug everyone really quick. Tell us who you are, where we can find you, what fun projects you're up to. And we will start with Noir, my fellow admin.
I'm never ready. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Noir. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter as the Noir Enigma. You can find me on all the other socials, SoundCloud, Instagram, as just Noir Enigma. Also, tomorrow morning you can catch me over on Critical Misses, where we will be on Morning Ritual, interviewing Miss Jess, a game designer. Is going to be a good time. Also on Sunday, you can find me over on my channel, where I am going to have the premiere episode of Dungeons of Deep Dish. That'll be a good time. On Mondays, Lessons of Deep Magic, over on Kobo Press. Tuesdays, Degrees of Madness over on LFM Network, and then Wednesdays, Curse of Strahd, Last HP Hero. I'm so sorry for this. And then on Friday, right back here for Bloody Portrait. Woo! Okay.
Woo! All right, Kate.
Everybody, I'm Kate. When you don't see me dressed to the nines in Italian Renaissance garb, you can find me every other Wednesday playing Agora's Bells here on Chromatic Chimera, where I play my lovely wizard Saren Calvor. And when I'm not doing that, I am on One Crit Wonders Star Trek TTRPG called Flight of Icarus, where I play Commander Ophelia Devar. Other than that, you can find me on Twitter at KatesD8, where I do a lot of yelling about a lot of things, mostly my dog.
Thank you, Kate. Chris, the old man himself.
I am Bright Dystopia. I am a variety streamer on Twitch. You can catch me there on Bright Dystopia. Holy shit. I couldn't wait. You can catch me there at Bright Dystopia on Twitch tomorrow morning for Saturday morning cartoons. And then you can catch me back here on Fridays. Check my Twitch for the Twitch schedule as it changes frequently, and we might be adding more programming, and that's all I have. Thanks.
Beautiful. Anna, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Anna, also known as @Nymeria941 most places on the internet. I'm actually an editor and game developer for the company that publishes the Zweihander RPG, and we have an exciting project coming up on Monday that I can actually talk about now, which is great. So if you're interested in this game and you like what you saw, we are coming out with a new one called Flames of Freedom, which uses the same game system but takes place during the American Revolutionary War period. So if you ever wanted to do like the grim imperialist thing, but with American history and vampires and werewolves and people that can literally eat sin out of your heart, that's the game for you. We've been working really hard on developing and editing and spending so much time writing about colonial minutia to make it an amazing game. So that's actually gonna be on Kickstarter live on Monday. It would mean a lot if you went and checked that out. Other than that, other places you can find me on the internet, I am currently running the, I think, third round of the Disability Readathon, which is a readathon that my friend Erin and I co-created because we wanted to boost books and media that are by, for, and about disabled people. So you can find us on Twitter at Disability Read. Same thing with Instagram. We have a bunch of recommendations if you are interested in reading or listening to podcasts or following any kind of media by disabled creators. And I am currently, the only other game I have right now is I'm GMing a City of Mist game on the channel Heroes Without Limits, which is a sibling channel of Chromatic Chimera, and everybody who is playing in that has a real life myth or legend living inside of their characters. It is a really fun game. Definitely check that out if it sounds interesting. That's on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, arithmetic. On Heroes Without Limits.
No worries. Liz, take it away.
Hi, I'm Liz. You can find me at No One You Know Backwards, which is underneath my personhood at this wonderful overlay that we're in tonight. And you can find me when I'm not here on Fridays. You can find me at Dice Priori. I run the community theater shows there, which are one-shots for new and veteran players that may or may not have streamed before, for playing different systems. So we play a different system every month, and we cast from the community. And the next one coming up is Mothership. So if you're interested in a dark sci-fi, it's called Dead Planet, and it's very Shakespearean. Everyone dies, and players potentially included. It's very not warm and fuzzy, but very spooky season. So go sign up for that. We're always looking for new players. And then, yeah, you can find me here. And then I think that's all I've got going on right now because we just finished up Feral Hogs earlier this week. So exciting.
All right, Mike.
Hey y'all, this was a blast. I cannot wait to continue playing this. This is awesome. You can find me on Twitter at Mike Melody, and you can find me on Instagram, primarily Instagram, DM_Jitterbelly. I am part of a TTRPG gaming group called Just Roll With It gaming group. We play all weekend. We're also part of a stream team called Hero Crew, which plays every day, all week, 24/7. But my primary campaign that I DM on Sundays at noon. So come check us out if you're looking for some other content. Other than that, awesome.
Thank you. And as I said, I'm Alex. You can follow me as Mr. Puddins. I don't advise it. Other Chromatic Chimera stuff coming up tomorrow. We are continuing our Monster of the Week campaign, Mysteries of Mojave, ran by Finn the Bin. It is really fun. Should come by for that. And then Sunday we have Awakened Pixels, which is a Fate Accelerated campaign that takes place in a video game, and these characters are kind of becoming aware. I guess started in as like a stoner Donkey Kong. It's fucking fantastic. And then join us Wednesday for the premiere of Madame Curio's Bizarre Bazaar, a 13th Age campaign ran by Resident Chris. I'll be in it. I'll be playing as Torg, mate, with my trusty dog Terror. And if you want to see an Australian dwarf, check it out. Thank you to our sponsors, Tabletop Loot, Heartbeat Dice. We got promos with them. Just check it out in the stuff. It's too much to say. Thank you, Roll20, for the spotlight. Thank you, Daniel, for dropping in chat. And if you need more help with the history stuff, I have a degree, and I am good at that stuff. So shoot your shot, right? Thank you, everyone. We're going to go raid some friends over at Critical Misses because that name was tossed around. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We will be back next week at the same time, and we are so excited for it. Y'all have a wonderful evening, and stay spooky. Toodles.